It's tough to hear a more beautiful presentation of the national anthem than that just delivered by the Lincoln University Choir. Sideline report brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Now through January 5th, the Jets flying overhead. Jack Daniel's is giving away a gift today to Pennsylvania's consumers. Go to your local PA Fine Wine and Good Spirits store or log on to jdgifttoday.com for more details. Please drink responsibly. Let's go down to Howard Eskin.
All right, Merrill. Dak Prescott, as we've heard all week with the shoulder, watching him warm up, he did look fine. Now, the message from Doug Peterson, there's not many things that you can change, but the one thing he emphasized is he wants the team to be physical. And talking to somebody else in the NFL, the Cowboys don't like physicality, according to somebody else that I've talked to. Now, what Doug did notice also in practice, there was more energy, even though the players, a lot of them played down. It's the Cowboy game. We know what the deal is. As far as the weather, the temperature is 47 degrees. It feels a little colder than that, and it will be by halftime, and the winds are about 7 miles an hour. Back up to you.
Field conditions brought to you by Delaware Valley Acura dealers. To experience precision crafted performance for yourself, stop by your local Delaware Valley Acura dealer for a test drive or visit DelawareValleyAcuraDealers.com. The cold weather temperature check brought to you by Jack Frost and Big Boulder Ski Areas. They are open for a winter full of snow and fun. Jack Frost Big Boulder, where snow comes first. The referee is Tony Correnti. Umpire Bill Schuster. Down judge Dana McKenzie. Line judge Tim Pedraza. Field judge Anthony Jeffries. Side judge Boris Cheek. Back judge Todd Prukop. And the replay official Charles Stewart. Eagles wearing their green jerseys and their white pants. Cowboys in their white jerseys, silver pants, silver helmets, with the star on each side. So here we go, Mike. Eagles have lost 4 straight games to the Cowboys, and as a matter of fact, they haven't beaten the Cowboys since November 19th, 2017, and they did that in Dallas.
Yeah, and that's a real talented football team over there, and it really begins with stopping number 21. If they're successful at getting Zeke on the ground, they've got a real good chance of winning.
Number 4 calls tails. It is tails. Dallas has deferred their choice. Which way are you going to kick? Beautiful. Dallas has won the toss. Deferred their choice to the second half. Philadelphia will receive. Let's have a great game, man.
Coin toss brought to you by Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. Get 24/7 care and support with the free Horizon Blue app from Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. Look for it on the App Store or Google Play. Wireless rates may apply.
Man, I was hoping that coin toss would have gone differently because I really wanted to see the Cowboys on the field first and watch how crazy this crowd gets getting behind this football team. But nonetheless, Carson Wentz and his offense will take the field first. They've got to quickly figure out what they're trying to do to them on the other side and just methodically move the ball down the field. We know who the Eagles are now. At this point, you know what they are offensively, where their strengths are. They have to play to those strengths against a really good Cowboys defense.
And they cannot, I cannot emphasize this enough, they cannot turn the football over the way they did on their first 2 possessions in Dallas.
Yeah, that first possession, Dallas got it, coughing up the ball on a fumble. You just cannot do that because this team is too good. And the Cowboys are now hitting their stride. Now, last week, they got back to what they do well, and what they do really well offensively, they get the ball to Ezekiel Elliott, and they limit the number of times Dak Prescott has to throw the football.
Kai Forbath's opening kickoff brought to you by Ford. Ford F-150 is the only pickup built with a high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy cab and bed. Check it out at your local Ford store today. Ball teed up at the 35-yard line. Little Boston Scott standing at the goal line. Temperature at game time, 47 degrees. Wind not a factor at this point. The flares fly. The lights are on. Within about a half hour, this will be a night game. Eagles have had so much from little Boston Scott, Greg Ward, and last week Miles Sanders was really the man. Over 100 yards rushing. Four-back approaches the football. He kicks it. It is end over end. Scott looks up, watches it go over his head, and it bounces and lands deep in the end zone. So they'll bring it out. The Eagles will move from our left to our right, starting at their own 25-yard line.
A lot of young talent making contributions, especially in the last couple of games, and they will be called on once again. And this playoff atmosphere, and this is essentially a playoff game for the Eagles. A lot of those young guys will be called upon today to duplicate what they're able to do last week.
Wentz lines them up. Slot to the near side of the field. Wentz under center. Sanders, the deep man. On first down, Wentz. Into a deep count. Fakes. He's rolling. He's still rolling. He is looking. He fires. Leaping reception. And coming down with it is J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in Dallas territory. What a throw. What a catch.
They come out right away firing, and I love this. Whiteside goes up, and he high points this football over a defender and makes an outstanding catch. But if he wants to go deep, he has that option as well on the play. Carson's going to quickly get his offense to the line of scrimmage where he likes to operate without a huddle.
One play, and they are in Dallas territory. Slot to the near side of the field. They're at the Cowboys' 48. Wentz under center again. Sanders behind him. Wing to the far side of the field. On first down, offsides is Peters as Wentz goes back, and they're going to blow it dead as Peters jumped. Peters jumped early. You could see him 2 steps into the backfield. You hate to see those kind of mistakes.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Yeah, and he's had a lot of those throughout the season. You know, he wants to get that quick step and be the first one out of the stance.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:14. 1:14 and start on my signal. Hold on.
It's worked against Jason too many times this season.
14-14.
They're trying
game
to add.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock.
There it is, 14-14. Okay, now let's.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's play. First and 15, ball on their own 47. Perkins in the game. Wentz under center. Sanders the single setback. Handoff goes to Sanders, and Sanders picks up about 2 yards, gets back to the 49. His own 49, runs into Malik Collins, puts the Eagles at a second down and 13. Have to get down to the 38 of the Cowboys for a first down. Eagles came out firing and then went backwards on a false start. Boston Scott in the game. Sanders split as a receiver in the far side slot. Wentz in the gun. Scott to his left. Ertz flanked out to the near side of the field. Wentz takes the snap, he fakes, he looks, he pumps, he fires. He completes it down close to the Cowboys' 45-yard line as he goes over the middle to Dallas Goedert for 7 yards. So they have a third down and about 7. That'll be 3rd and 7. Ball at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. Eagles on the season are an impressive 47% on third down conversions. Let's see if they can be a 100% on this one.
Yeah, these two teams are the best 2 teams in football in converting third downs, and that's what the Eagles do well.
3 receivers to the right, Goddard to the left. Scott stays in to the left of Wentz. Ward goes in motion, comes back to the near side. Wentz in the gun takes the snap. He's back, he's looking, he fires, he completes it. He goes to Greg Ward for a first down to the Cowboys' 36. Put it in a tight window, Mike.
He really puts it in a tight window. They put Greg Ward in motion. Now they understand what they're going to do defensively. They want to man him up. So Greg Ward just runs a nice route just in front of the defender, right in his face, and gets open. And it's Xavier Woods. You've got a safety now guarding Greg Ward. Greg Ward's going to get open in that situation.
Whiteside out to the far side. Slot to the near side of the field. Sanders back in. 1st and 10, Eagles at the 36 of the Cowboys. Wentz in the gun. Motion, Scott. Wentz gives it to Scott, and Scott tries to sweep and is pulled down shy of the line of scrimmage. Cowboys' Joe Thomas, the weak side linebacker, was over there to stop the play for no gain.
Oh, not just pulled down. He was hit like in a pinball machine, and he spins around. They give him that quick toss on the outside, but already the Cowboys have penetration, and they've disrupted the play before the play can even get started.
It'll be 2nd down and 11. They have to get to the Cowboys 26 for a first down. Eagles line up with 3 receivers to the near side of the field. Robert Davis in this time. Motion to the far side. Whiteside split wide left. Wentz again in the gun. Wentz is back. He pumps. He looks. He is firing, and it is incomplete. Intended down the far side for Zach Ertz, who was hammered. I don't know if he was hammered early, but Byron Jones was there to almost decapitate him.
Yeah, I think Jones gets there right at the same time as the football, and he makes sure that Zach Ertz doesn't get that catch. It's a pretty good play defensively.
It is. He hit him high, though, Mike. Sometimes you'll see that called when you go high on a defenseless receiver.
I think both guys are going for the football and just making sure that he doesn't get the catch.
Eagles are 1 for 1 on 3rd downs. This is a 3rd down and 11.
He does, however, wrap around the helmet of Ertz.
Wentz again in the gun. He's looking. He starts to roll. He is still rolling. He fires. Completes it for another first down to Whiteside. Whiteside inside the 25, down at the 24. And J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who has been quiet all season, has made 2 big catches.
Yeah, I'm starting to warm up to him. Now, Carson rolling to his right, and he's very accurate when moving to his right side. But what's so good about this play, Merrill, is Whiteside understanding the quarterback's under duress, and he has to uncover. Does a nice job of working back to the outside, uncovering for the quarterback.
1st and 10, ball at the Cowboys 24. We've played just over 4 minutes in the first quarter. Wentz under center. He fakes. He's back. He looks. He fires. Complete. Incomplete. It was complete down momentarily at the 5-yard line to Ertz. And as he was hit, the ball came loose. He took quite a hit.
He takes a shot from Xavier Woods to safety. And if that ball is there a little bit earlier or down low where he can protect himself, there's a much better chance of a completion there. But Woods in really good position as a safety makes sure that, again, Zach Ertz doesn't make a big catch.
Xavier Woods really drilled him. Wentz is 5 for 7 for 55 yards. It is 2nd and 10. 10:23 to go in the opening quarter. Eagles have possessed the football from the opening kickoff. Slot to the far side. This time, the handoff goes to Sanders, and he's thrown back in the backfield, back at the 30-yard line. It wasn't Sanders' fault.
No.
There was penetration by the Cowboys defense.
Robert Quinn.
5-yard loss.
So Quinn, on several plays on this possession, has gotten inside of Jason Peters, that left tackle. And again, with the quickness, he's able to get inside of Jason Peters and get to Miles Sanders.
Eagles have a 3rd down and 15. They have to get down to the Cowboys 14 for a first down. 3 receivers to the near side. Lone receiver Greg Ward out to the far side. Motion Dallas Goedert on the near side. Back goes Wentz. He's rolling. He's looking. Still looking. Still looking. Fires. It's caught short of the first down, but it is caught inside the 20 by Greg Ward. Eagles in the Meal East red zone means a $100 donation to Justice Rescue.
Of course, Doug Peterson is going to think about it in this situation, but he doesn't think long. He brings on the special teams unit to go for the field goal in this situation.
How about Greg Ward and the way he kept his feet in bounds?
Yeah, he does a nice job. He understands that he's not going to get the first down, but at least you're able to get Jake Elliott closer so that he can get a nice opportunity here to get points on the board.
It is a 36-yard attempt for Jake Elliott to give the Eagles the lead. Ball spotted, kick up, and the kick is good. Kick is good, and the Eagles lead. Xfinity X5 lead change of the game, powered by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. With that field goal, Direct Energy kicks in another $500 to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Direct Energy supports the community. Business.directenergy.com. Well, Mike, you wanted the Eagles to take the lead to get off to a good start. They would have preferred 7, but they'll take 3.
11 plays. They consume almost 5.5 minutes, 5:28 to be exact, and a 36-yard field goal by Jake Elliott. Yeah, of course, a touchdown would be better, but you want to see them score and score every possession. You know how powerful this Cowboys offense is. They're the number one offense in terms of yardage in the National Football League. And, of course, they've got guys at every position that they all have big playability, every position.
Elliott will kick off. Cowboys rookie Tony Pollard stationed at the goal line. Ward and Whiteside both had 2 receptions on that drive. It's coming down to Pollard at the 1, out to the 5, 10, 15, and he does not reach the 20. They stop him at the 17. Here's John Russell with an NFL update.
Quick look at the ramifications of yesterday's Saturday NFL holiday trifecta. The Texans lock the AFC South, defending Super Bowl champions. Add to their remarkable list of accolades by winning an 11th straight division title, first time in NFL history. And to the NFC, the Niners give the defending NFC champs the boot. With a win against Seattle next Sunday, they become the number 1 seed in the NFC. Dietz & Watson, 80 years of handcrafted Philly family flavor. Dietz & Watson, it's a family thing.
Won that down.
Well, and you know that you're going to get a lot of this. He gets a lead blocker out in front of him. Wally is out in front of him, and you're going to get a lot of that, him running behind a fullback, just trying to bull you over in the run game.
Brandon Graham got a hold of him and put him down. It is 2nd down and 7. Motion to the near side of the field. Cooper. And the shotgun is Prescott. Prescott's back. He's looking. He fires. It's complete to Cooper, but only at the 25-yard line, and he is brought down immediately. Randall Cobb that time.
If they force Dak to get the ball out quickly, they're going to be able to get stops. They're going to be able to get off the football field.
It is 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 3 for the Cowboys. They must get to the 28 for a first down.
And they are the number 1 offense in football in converting 3rd downs.
Prescott in the gun. Prescott calling for the football. He's back. He's looking. Stepping up. He is firing, and it is incomplete. Intended for Cooper, broken up by Malcolm Jenkins.
Hey, this is a great defensive play by Malcolm Jenkins. You don't normally think that he can run with Amari Cooper. Well, on this crossing route, first of all, Dak has a lot of time. And he finds Cooper, and you would expect him to outrun Jenkins. Jenkins, a nice job getting underneath the throw, getting a hand on the football.
Chris Jones to punt. Chris Jones near the bottom in both gross and net punting average. In the return, Greg Ward, who's already made his presence felt in this game. Here is the punt by Jones. The left footer gets it away. It is a wobbler. Ward comes over, gets out of the way as it bounces, and goes out of bounds inside the 25. First defensive stop of the game brought to you by St. Christopher's Hospital for Children, committed to delivering high-quality family and patient-centered care since 1875. Now, there's a penalty flag thrown. It's going to be holding on the Cowboys, says Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox is
wearing a striped shirt.
Fletcher has decided to look up at the booth and help Mike and I out during this game.
He's in the huddle with the stripes, so he's listening to the officials, and he just comes out to let us know what's going on.
Here it is, 52-yard punt. Now they're coming over to talk to Doug Peterson. It's against the Cowboys. We do know that.
And I think it would have been an easy catch for Greg Ward. Those types of punts he needs to catch because you don't know what type of bounce you're going to get from the football. You want to catch those and not be subject to a roll that's favorable to the Cowboys.
Let's see what they're doing. I think they're going to punt this again. Now, I don't know what is going.
Illegal formation, offense, number 53. This penalty has been declined. Philadelphia has exercised the option of holding to be enforced at the end of the kick.
Well, that wasn't the best explanation I've ever heard, but I think what he means is the Cowboys held.
Philadelphia has changed their mind and exercised the option to have both fouls offset, replay, fourth down.
So they're going to try it again. They've changed their mind. The officials have changed their explanation. The only thing that hasn't changed is the scoreboard, and the Eagles lead 3-0 with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Eagles drove down in position for a 36-yard Jake Elliott field goal, and the Cowboys went 1, 2, 3 and out. So far, so good. But there's a lot of game left.
Listen, when I look at punt returners, the first thing is if they can secure the catch, if it's not a wobbler or they're late on the jump and they can secure the catch, you want to secure the catch. You don't want the football to fall if you know you can get under it.
Let's see what they do right here. They would have been inside the 25. This one is away. Greg Ward looks up, calls for a fair catch, and makes it out at the 37-yard line.
Good decision.
Good decision. So they gained almost 15 yards.
And Greg Ward came up and made sure that he got the catch. There was too much pressure down there to try and get a return, but many times if you're able to just do that, and especially in this situation, you've got a good start for your offense.
See, one thing that goes into their thinking is knowing that Chris Jones is near the bottom of the list in net and gross average. Net only 37 yards, and that one was 38.
And he's also suffered a block.
1st and 10. Under center is Wentz. Slot to the far side. Motion to the near side. Josh Perkins. Handoff goes inside Sanders. Sanders across the 40 up to the 43.
Yeah, that's a good first down start. Whenever you're able to run the football on first down and you're able to get 4 or 5 yards on the play, that's a good start. That's how you become so good on third down. You're successful on first and second.
Sean Lee makes the stop. Out to the near side is Rob Davis. He was not targeted last week in his debut. Slot to the near side. On second down, Wentz back again. He fires out, and it's caught by Davis, who has the first down. Rob Davis went up and got it. Tackled out by Chidobe Awuzie.
Little stop route on the outside by Rob Davis, and Awuzie's giving him a little space on the outside, but I love the placement of this football. He sticks his foot in the ground. He comes back to the ball. It's outside. It's a high ball. He's a big target, and to me, that's easy.
He's 6'3", 219 out of Georgia State. Originally a Redskins draft choice. 1st and 10, Bill on their own 49-yard line. Sanders behind Wentz, who was under center. Tight end stacked to the near side, slot to the far side. It goes to Sanders. Sanders bumps, pulls, and thrusts himself forward and goes down to the Cowboys' 47.5-yard line. Pick up a 4 right there.
And again, that is a really good first down call and push by the offensive line, getting 4 yards out of the play. That keeps you on schedule.
2nd down and 6. Ball on the Cowboys. It's spotted at the 47-yard line. Eagles with 3 tight ends, including Perkins. Perkins, however, split as a wide receiver to the near side of the field. Wentz under center. Sanders, the single setback. Perkins starts in motion. This time they give us to Sanders. Tries to get outside, cuts back. He's across the 40. He's got a first down at the 39. Michael Bennett brings him down, but Sanders is running for all he's worth, and he picked up 8 yards behind the block of Rob Davis.
And he's showing really good patience as a runner. He starts this thing to the outside, and he wants to make sure that Awuzie stays to the outside. He runs right at him, and then all of a sudden, he sticks that right foot into the ground. He goes north and south, and he's able, with that speed, to get a first down.
1st and 10, 5.5 to go in the opening quarter. 3-0 Eagles, and they are driving again. Slot to the far side. Ertz split to the near side. Ward starts in motion. Wentz in the gun. Takes the snap. He looks, he swings it out. He's got Sanders. Sanders across the 30, 25, 20, and out of bounds at the 10.
Wow. Love that play call.
Once by land and once in the air, Miles Sanders.
You get Miles Sanders on a little wheel route down the field, and the linebacker never got out there in time to get to him. And that's that area where you can attack this defense. He gets a linebacker that's not quick enough to get there. He gets a big play down the field.
Give Wentz credit, who led him just perfectly, entering the Mealy's red zone. $100 donation to Justice Rescue. It is 1st and goal at the 10. Boston Scott in the game. Wentz under center. Slot to the far side of the field. Wentz goes to Scott. Scott stutter steps, leans forward, takes it to the 6. Another 4-yard gain, Mike.
Listen, if they're able to continue to go first down 4 yards, first down 5 yards, it's going to be a really good afternoon here at the Link.
They spot it at the 7. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 7.
It really helps Doug Peterson's play calling when you're having that type of success on first down.
Whiteside to the far side of the field. Ward is wide. Whiteside in the slot. Wing to the near side. Scott behind Wentz, who's under center. Wentz fakes. Wentz looks. Wentz fires. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert, 8 yards deep.
He fakes the smoke screen to the left side, gets that defense looking that way, and immediately comes back to Dallas Goedert. He knows where he wants to go with this football, and it's a touchdown to Dallas Goedert.
Great throw. That was the great hands play of the game, sponsored by Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa. De-stress after the game with massages and facials starting at $59.95. Visit handandstone.com.
You know, when you get down here, they're going to pay a lot of attention to Zach Ertz. Well, let me tell you, this other guy, number 88, he can get it done as well. Runs a great route, and Carson knows exactly where he's going to be. A little post route in the back of the end zone, and it's a perfect strike.
Carson has really come out on fire.
And Sean Lee's there, but he gets that ball right over the outstretched arms of Sean Lee, the linebacker, and to his guy, Dallas Goedert.
I don't know what they had to review. That was as clear as day. All right, here's the extra point with 4:03 remaining in the opening quarter. Spotted, kicked, up. And bingo! Every Eagles touchdown proudly driven by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Find the Honda dealer near you at DelValHondaDealers.com. Timeout on the field with the score. Birds 10, Cowboys zip on the Eagles Radio Network. Stats brought to you by PNC Bank. From Market Street to Broad Street to your street. PNC is ready to help you give it all you've got today so you can reach your goals tomorrow.
Carson Wentz 9 of 11, 107 yards passing already, and a touchdown.
Tony Pollard, the deep man. Last time he didn't get off back to the 20. How about this? We've played almost 11 minutes, and the Eagles with 10 points have already equaled their total points in the game earlier this year in Arlington when they lost 37-10.
And they really have played keep away with the football. 9 minutes, 18 seconds, the Eagles have possessed the football, and many times your best defense is a really good offense, and keeping the ball away, that's a pretty good defense.
Here is a kickoff by Elliott. This one is high, and it will go in and out of the end zone. Down to Howard.
All right, Merrill, Zach Ertz is in the medical tent. I saw them take taping. Could be for his ribs, it could be for something else, but it looks like they're taping him up in some form. I'll give you a further update when I get it. Back up to you.
1st and 10 for Dallas, moving right to left in their white jerseys, starting at the 25-yard line. Prescott under center. Eagles defense digs in. Motion to the near side of the field. Prescott fakes, rolls, fires to Elliott, and Elliott is shepherded out of bounds. He doesn't gain a thing. Nigel Bradham traced him and pushed him out at the line of scrimmage. Actually, he loses 2 yards.
It's hard to read the screen pass any better than Nigel Bradham just does here. He's got eyes on Ezekiel Elliott. The handoff or the fake is to Ezekiel Elliott, then he bounces out on the wing for that screen. Nigel Bradham's right there.
It is 2nd and 12. Cooper out to the far side, slot to the near side. In the gun, again in a pistol formation. Snap to Prescott. He's looking again, he fires, and it is incomplete, broken up. Oh, this time it is Jalen Mills stepping in front and knocking it away from Cooper.
And tight coverage by Jalen Mills on the outside. When you're playing coverage that tight, you have to be a little bit concerned about these guys, their speed and their ability to go downtown. But now if they know that Dak can't get the ball down the field, then that's a different thing. But tight coverage like that, you got to be a little bit concerned about double moves.
3rd and 12. 3 receivers all on the near side. Shotgun. Motion. Cooper. Left to right. Eagles lead 10-0. Back goes Prescott. Prescott fires over the middle, complete to Elliott, and Elliott is stopped short of the first down. He is tripped up at the 32 by Brannaman Mills, and the Cowboys again go 1, 2, 3 and out.
Green shirts, green hats are swarming. They are getting to the football, and that's what you must have against Ezekiel Elliott, hats to the ball. Malcolm Jenkins calls it population to the football. Well, we're seeing population to the football, especially when Zeke has it.
And the punt again for the second time, Chris Jones. And the return, Greg Ward standing inside the 25. The ball is punted. It is a wobbler. Coming up is Greg Ward. He catches it. Not much he can do. And now there's a penalty flag thrown, and we'll see about that.
Yeah,
he catches it, and he's hit immediately by C.J. Goodwin.
Well, I never saw the hand go up for the fair catch. So
I didn't either.
I don't know if Goodwin really gets a foul here or not.
I did not see the fair catch signaled.
I think it was you've got to make it clear. If you're fair catching, you've got to wave that arm. And I did not see that.
There's no foul for interference with the opportunity to catch a kick. Play stands.
There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 10, the Cowboys nothing. On the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day on 94 WIP. .248 remaining here in the opening quarter. Eagles 10, Cowboys nothing. Cowboys have had 6 plays. 1, 2, 3 and out. 1, 2, 3 and out.
And the Eagles have had 17 and 6 of them being runs, but they're not hesitant to put the ball in the air.
1st and 10, Eagles at their own 29-yard line. Wentz in the gun. Wentz on first down, holds it, runs, dives across the 35 up to the 36. That was Carson Wentz on a run option with no option. He was just running all the way.
Listen, when he puts that ball into the belly of Miles and he sees that there's no contain on the outside because they're pinching so hard, Robert Quinn, he's fast. So he's going to be quick twitch and get down the line of scrimmage quickly. Carson can take advantage of that. And again, on first down, you're able to get 7 yards or so. That's a really good first down call.
Davis to the near side, slot to the far side. Boston Scott, position to the left of Wentz, who's in the gun. Motion, Greg Ward, left to right. 2nd and 3 as Wentz takes the snap. He's looking, he's pumping, he's going to roll. He's looking again. He stops, he cuts back, he runs, he dives. I think he has the first down, or he's very close. If he doesn't have it, he's inches as he dives down in front of Robert Quinn. Maybe he's a foot or two away. Let's see what they spotted there.
He's just short.
Yeah, he's short by about a yard.
I tell you, he gets to the outside, and Jason Kelsey's going to get out there with him, but Kelsey does a smart thing. He lets up, he wants to make sure that he doesn't get a block in the back, and Carson now has just 1 yard to go for a first down.
I actually think he was closer than the spot. It is 3rd down and 1. Eagles are 2 for 3 on 3rd down. Sanders behind Wentz. Goddard in motion. It is 3rd and 1. Wentz under center. He gives it off, and Sanders is thrown for a loss. And the Eagles, for the first time, will have to punt.
Oh, boy.
As Xavier Woods was in the backfield, and he spilled him for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, they're coming hard on the snap. Now, this is not a quarterback sneak where you're going right away. They're able to break down the offensive line, get penetration, and the safety, Xavier Woods.
Devon Austin in the return for the Cowboys. He's only averaged 5 yards a return. He's standing back at his 15. Now they're going to blow it dead.
There's no play. Ball was snapped prior to officials ready to officiate. Play will be run over, 4th down.
Okay.
They snapped it before the officials were ready to officiate. They were still taking their mid-first quarter break, or late first quarter break. They put down the donuts, and they are now officially ready to officiate.
Play clock set to 25.
Now the play clock is back to 25. Okay. Let's make sure they are ready to officiate. Cam Johnston standing back at his 21. Austin back at his 15. Cam Johnston's had a great season. He gets it away. It is a low-line drive, but it's going to bounce and come across the 20, and they will mark it just about there. So there is a timeout on the field with the score: the Eagles 10, the Cowboys nothing, on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day on 94 WIP.
Down now.
.16 seconds remaining in the first quarter. First and 10 Cowboys, who trail the Eagles 10-0. They have the ball at their own 21. Eagles lead. On first down, it is a handoff to Elliott, and the Eagles throw him down at the line of scrimmage, and that should be the last play of quarter number 1.
Love the swarm of this defense and those green hats.
And that will do it for the first quarter with the score: the Eagles 10, the Cowboys nothing.
That is the end of the first quarter.
And now they can continue officiating on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day on 94 WIP. Second quarter action about to begin. Eagles lead 10-0 on a 36-yard Jake Elliott field goal and the 5th touchdown reception of the year by Dallas Goedert. Other games: Giants 41, Redskins 35. Atlanta 24-12 over Jacksonville. It is 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Ball on their own 21. Shotgun. Elliott to the left of Prescott. Prescott pulling for the football. He's back. Looks left, looks right, fires over the middle, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, they're getting good push up front, and that push leads to a knockdown. And I think it's Anthony Rush this time that gets a hand on the football. He gets a really good push coming off the right side, the quarterback's right side, and bats the football away.
Good pass rush by Anthony. Cowboys are 0 for 2 on third downs. It is a 3rd and 10 from the 21. Slot to the near side. Lone receiver to the far side. Eagles fake the blitz. Are they coming? No, they drop back. Prescott drops back. He is loading up. He is going deep, and it is caught by Michael Gallup inside the Eagles 40. I don't know how he went up and got it, because Ronald Darby was right on him. The ball arrived, and it was
I tell you,
Gallup coming down with the ball.
Ronald Darby, rather than trying to knock the football away, he goes for the interception, and Gallup just has better hands, stronger hands at the point of the catch, and he takes the football away.
So the Cowboys in position to move now inside the 40. Bad play by Darby. On first down, it is a running play to Elliott, and the Eagles tackle him. They are all over him. Nice play by Anthony Rush again.
Yeah, it would have been for a much better play for Darby just to bat the football down rather than go for the interception, and they would have gotten off the field.
And that was defensible. It is 2nd down and 10. Elliott to the right of Prescott. Slot to the far side. Lone receiver to the near side. Prescott calls for the football. Here comes the blitz. He steps up, he fires over the middle, and it's dropped. It's behind Michael Gallup. Otherwise, he was off to the races. He was open. The ball was thrown behind him. Jalen Mills was 5 yards away from him, but the blitz caused Prescott to go early.
Well, the blitz is there, but I don't see much of an effect of the blitz, and Gallup runs away from the defender. Ball should have been a first down and off and running for the Cowboys, but Gallup needed that ball out in front of him.
It is 3rd and 10. 3 receivers, including Witten, out to the far side. Slot to the near side. Empty backfield. They're at the Eagles 38. Prescott is back. Prescott steps up. Now he's being chased. Running, looking, and he's along the far sideline. They hit him and knock him out of bounds, unless he's short of the first down at the 31-yard line. He is short of the first down. They could have held him for no gain.
Out of bounds, short of the first down.
He is short, and their field goal unit comes on.
Pretty good job by Prescott just making a play here, but very close to stopping him in the backfield for a quarterback sack, but he's able to get out of harm's way, get down the sideline, and get a big play out of it, making it a much easier field goal attempt.
It's still going to be a 49-yarder for Kai Forbath, who is 4 for 4 since joining the Cowboys. He had a 50-yarder last week. This one is away, and this one is good. It knuckled, but it was good. There's a timeout on the field with the score. It's a one-score game now. Eagles 10, Cowboys 3 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day on 94 WIP. Eagles lead. Cowboys about to kick off. 12:56 remaining in the first half. Cowboys finally got on the board. Forbath, a 50-yard field goal. They got rid of Brett Maher, who boomed them against the Eagles. But on the season, he was only 20 for 30, and they said we can't stay pat with that.
Well,
here is the kickoff by Forbath. This one is end over end. Scott takes it, and he's coming out from the 1 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20 to the 25 to the 30 up to the 31. Still on his feet up to the 34 goes that little Boston Scott. Denzel Bryant out of Temple makes the stop.
He did not want to go down.
Get a behind-the-scenes look at life with the Philadelphia Eagles on the Eagles Insider Podcast, presented by Lincoln Financial Group with Eagles Insider Dave Spadaro. Subscribe today wherever you listen to podcasts.
After that last possession, Ronald Darby gets an escort to the locker room. Howard, you have to find out what's going on with Darby.
It is 1st and 10, ball on the 34. Single setback. Sanders. Eagles moving right to left here in the second quarter. Green jerseys, white pants. Leading 10-3. Wentz under center. Ertz to the near side. Receiver split. On first down, play action. Wentz rolling. Wentz looks, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted. It was deflected at the line of scrimmage, and that was very nearly deflected. It was very close to being picked off by Xavier Woods.
Yeah, Marcus Lawrence at the line of scrimmage gets pressure, and he's able to get a hand on the football. And you're right, when it's wobbling around, it could have been anybody's ball. Carson at this point, 9 of 12, 107 yards passing.
Now Wentz is lined up as a wide receiver. Wentz, a wide receiver. Greg Ward
Throw it to him.
take the snap. Sanders in motion, empty backfield. Ward takes the snap. He runs. He dives. He takes it across the 35 up to the 37-yard line where DeMarcus Lawrence makes the stop.
Hey, this is one of those games where you go deep in the playbook. There's everything that's in that playbook. This is one of those days where you throw it all at the other side.
Well, he picked up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Now he comes out. He was a quarterback at the University of Houston, so he doesn't have to just run. He has an arm, a good arm. It is 3rd down and 5. Eagles 2 for 4 on 3rd downs. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the far side. Slot to the near side. Wentz standing in the gun. Wentz takes the snap. He's back again. He steps up. He fires. He completes it, and he's got a 1st down. Goes over the middle that time to Dallas Goedert, who has the game's 1 touchdown.
You know, you have to understand, zone or man, what are they doing? Are they going to follow me? If they're not going to follow me, I'll find a soft spot in the zone, and that's what Goedert does, right between the linebackers, and he just sits down. Carson puts it right on the numbers.
1st and 10. Right side to the near side of the field. He's had a couple of deep receptions, and in the slot is Greg Ward. Scott to the left of Wentz. 1st and 10. 5 yards from midfield. Eagles lead 10-3. 11:21 remaining here in the first half. Wentz turns and says something to Scott. Wentz takes the snap. He fakes to Scott. He looks, he fires, he completes it to Ward, who cuts back, has a 1st down and more as he caught the ball at the 46, faked his man out of his shoes, took it to the 41 for a 13-yard gain. Down to Howard.
Howard.
Alvin!
I tell you what, this is a really nice move by Greg Ward. When he catches the football, he's got that pressure coming to him, and he runs right into it and able to get a 1st down.
On 1st down, it is a running play to Boston Scott, who slashes across the 40 and takes it to the 38. Covington in on the stop. Down to Howard.
All right, Merrill. Zach Ertz has gone to the locker room. It could be his ribs, but earlier Ronald Darby went to the locker room with a hip flexor. Remember this week, that was on the injury report. I saw him holding his hip, and Darby is questionable for the rest of the game. Back up to you.
It is 2nd down and 7. Sanders in. Ward in the far side slot. Wentz On second down, takes the snap out of the shotgun. He swings it out, running with it, cutting back, coming across the 35 down to the 32 is Miles Sanders. Another good play by Sanders. Malcolm Smith makes the stop. Pick up of 5 yards.
Yeah, another nice play call. I like the variety. They're attacking this defense with a lot of different plays from a lot of different angles. This time it's a little screen pass, and they're very close now to picking up another first down.
This is third and about a half yard. Wentz standing in the gun right now with slots to either sides. Shotgun double wing. Wentz takes the snap. He's looking. He's still looking. And the ball is deflected out of his hands. Incomplete. It's incomplete. The Cowboys jump on it.
Marcus Lawrence once again gets a lot of pressure, and he's able to get a hand on Carson Wentz as he's trying to let the football go.
It's a forward pass.
Of course it is.
Not a fumble.
As he's trying to let it go, Marcus Lawrence gets around Vitae and gets a hand on the football.
There's no doubt about that.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 9:25. 9:25.
Eagles are going to go for it right here. It is third and less than a yard.
Oh, that's crunch time. So for your pregame, your in-game, or your postgame cravings, keep it Philly with Harris Snacks.
It is fourth and about a half yard.
Timeout, Philadelphia.
Yeah, they're going to think this one over.
I think the same thing is going to happen, though. I think they're going to go for it. Don't see them changing their mind. This is such a big game, and you want to be aggressive, especially in a situation where you are in Dallas territory.
Yeah, and your defense is playing so well. They gave up one play, the big play down the sideline that Ronald Darby gave up to Michael Gallup. And aside from that, they have played great defense here in the first half of this football game.
Carson Wentz has done a great job. The only they're not actually mistakes. They're good plays by the Cowboys. On a couple of occasions, his passes have been deflected at the line of scrimmage. One came awfully close to being intercepted. That one did not.
He's 12 of 16, 132 yards, and that touchdown to Dallas Goedert.
On the season, Carson Wentz has thrown 26 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. That's very good.
Yeah, and whenever you're above 60% as a passer, that's pretty good, and he's at 63% coming into this game.
Now it is fourth. It's a full yard. Now where they spotted, it's close to a full yard. Wentz again in the gun. Motion. Sanders lines up to his right. Slot to the near side of the field. Wentz takes the snap. He's looking, he fires, and it's incomplete. And the Cowboys take over on downs. He wanted Josh Perkins this time, and the ball goes by him. That's a pretty risky, not a high percentage fourth down, Mike.
Well, and Perkins runs what looks like a man route, and he's just cut off by Heath, the safety.
You sure don't want to turn it over inside the Dallas 35-yard line. They turned it over on downs. It is 1st and 10. Cowboys moving left to right. Ball at their own 42. Rasul Douglas in for Ronald Darby. In the gun is Prescott. Elliott behind them on first down. Prescott fakes. He's looking. He comes to the near sideline and completes it to Michael Gallup at midfield. Boy, that was a quick, almost 20-yard conversion.
Boy, and he's got all day with the play action, and everybody's kind of crunched in the middle. The Eagles do have a pass rusher coming off the edge, but he's taken care of. He's got all day to get that football out.
And I can tell you by the velocity on that ball, his shoulder is fine. He is not feeling pain. It is 1st and 10 just across midfield. Prescott in the gun again. He slips it off to Elliott, who's brought down on a great tackle by Josh Sweat.
Boy,
that will lose yards.
Josh Sweat shoots into that backfield so quickly. Elliott's trying to get out on the edge, trying to get around the corner. He never makes it because Sweat gets penetration, gets him on the ground right away.
Right now, Elliott has 4 carries for -1 yards. But you know, on any given play, he could go 60. It is 2nd down and 14. Witten, a man in motion. Prescott in the gun. It is 2nd down and 12. This time he fakes to Elliott, Prescott's back. He's got time. He hits as he fires the football. Incomplete. Simply dropped by Witten. Witten, the veteran, who's got a zillion catches in his career, simply dropped it. There was pressure by Fletcher Cox.
Absolutely.
But the ball was there.
Mississippi State versus Mississippi State. Fletcher Cox hits him right in the midsection as Prescott's throwing the football. But they run a 2-deep zone coverage this time. They take away everything on the outside. They've got the linebacker running down the middle of the field. There was only the dump off available, and Witten just didn't make the catch.
It is 3rd and 14. Prescott in the gun again. Prescott calling for the football. He's back. Here comes the rush. He has time. He has too much time. He fires over the middle, complete to Witten for next to nothing, and the Cowboys will have to punt. He catches it at the 48.
Everyone talks about Swartz not playing zone. Well, 2 plays in a row, big plays. He drop off in a 2-deep zone coverage. He takes away all the throws on the outside, and all Prescott has are the checkdowns. He checks it down to Witten for the 2nd play in a row, but the Green Hats then swarm to the football.
Witten looks so slow there, and Avonte Maddox had no problem making the tackle.
He is slow.
Maybe he should go back to television.
No, he should not.
4th and 8, and the Cowboys will punt. 7.5 to go here in the second quarter. Eagles up 10-3. It is end over end. Ward signals for a fair catch and makes it down at the 12-yard line.
Good decision.
There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 10, the Cowboys 3 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day on 94 WIP.
All week on radio.com and the radio.com app.
This holiday season, the Eagles Pro Shop has just what you need for the special fan in your life. Stop by any of the 4 locations: Cherry Hill, Lancaster, Lincoln Financial Field, and new this year, Christmas Village at Love Park. 1st and 10 Eagles, ball back at their own 12-yard line. They lead 10-3 with 7:19 remaining in the first half.
And the Cowboys have taken one of their corners off the field. Chidobe Awuzie, he's off the field, and now they're lining up Jordan Lewis on that left corner side.
1st and 10, ball at the 12. Wentz in the gun. 3 receivers to the far side of the field. On 1st down, Wentz gives it to Sanders. Sanders lunges up across the 15 and takes it up to the 16. DeMarcus Lawrence made the stop, but not before 5 yards were picked up by Miles Sanders.
Yeah, again, a really good 1st down call and 1st down play. It's really the execution. The big guys up front do a real nice job of blocking, clearing space, and man, this is just a shoestring tackle from being a big run by Miles Sanders in the middle of that defense.
Davis out to the far side. Slot to the far side. Arthega-Whiteside to the near side. It is 2nd down and 5. Wentz in the gun. Wentz calling for the football. They go with the motion. The handoff to Sanders. Tries to bounce it outside. He does. He has a 1st down, and he's cartwheeled up across the 25 to the 26, where Jordan Lewis makes the stop. But 8 more yards for the former Nittany Lion.
Yeah, just grind it up in the run game. This is outstanding. Good push by the offensive line. They latch on to those guys and they hold those blocks, and it allows Miles Sanders to pick his way to the outside and another 1st down.
It is 1st and 10. Miles Sanders is only 22 years old.
Yeah, he runs like a seasoned pro right now, though.
It is 1st and 10. Ball up at the 26-yard line. Wentz again in the gun. Slot to the near side. Back goes Wentz. He swings it out to Sanders. Sanders makes a man miss along the far sideline, and he's bounced out of bounds late.
Yep.
He's hit late at the 30-yard line, and that's going to cost the Cowboys and Jeff Heath a big gain.
That's exactly right. Miles Sanders quickly gets a little swing pass out in the flat. He's got only Jeff Heath to beat, or it's Sean Lee that he has to beat.
Roughness, late hit out of bounds. Defense, number 38.
He gets around Sean Lee.
Penalty will be added.
Gets down the sideline.
And an automatic 1st down.
And they're going to get an automatic 1st down with that late hit.
5:48 remaining to be played here in the first half. It is 10-3 Eagles, and they have the football just 3 yards from midfield.
Sean Lee's been a great player in this league, but if he didn't have help on the outside, Miles Sanders was just going to make a huge play down the sideline.
Ward to the far side. Whiteside to the near side. Josh Perkins set up as they go double tight end. Perkins right. Goddard left. Eagles moving right to left. 5:21 remaining to be played here in the first half. Eagles up 10-3, but they've got to put more points on the board. You don't want to keep the Cowboys within one score. Wentz in the gun. Wentz with motion. Wentz fakes. Wentz back. Wentz looks. He starts to run, and he is tripped up at the 46-yard line. It will only pick up 1 yard down to Howard.
All right, Merrill. Zach Ertz still in the locker room. A report now is rib injury. He's questionable. However, I saw them digging out a flak jacket from the equipment, one of the equipment boxes out here, to take it back in. So obviously Zach wants to try to come back in, back up the.
Listen, as long as it's not a concussion, it's going to be very tough for them to keep Zach Ertz from coming back. You know how tough he is. It is 2nd down and 9, up at the 46. 3 receivers to the far side, Goddard to the near side. Wentz with Scott in the backfield. 2nd and 9. Wentz screens it out on the far side. It is juggled, brought in by Sanders, or Scott this time, and Scott is brought down at the line of scrimmage. Nothing really there, and the Eagles at 3rd and long.
Yeah, they actually lose a yard on the play. They're trying to set up in a trips formation, a little quick screen out to Boston Scott, but quickly Sean Lee reads this thing and is up to make the stop.
The Eagles have to get to the Cowboys 45 for a first down. They are 3 for 6 on 3rd down conversions, and this is a very big one. They go with shotgun double wing. Scott in the backfield with Wentz. Wentz goes with motion. Josh Perkins, right to left. Wentz is back. Wentz steps up. Here comes the rush. He is floating it, and it is incomplete. Covered on the near side was Perkins, and so was Whiteside, and the pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and the Cowboys are able to speed up the rhythm of Carson Wentz on this play. Robert Quinn comes from the outside, and Lawrence comes from the other side. He steps up in the pocket, but it's just not a clean pocket. He's unable to clearly step up and throw the football. A little bit of a hurry created by the Dallas front.
In the punt, Cam Johnston into return, Randall Cobb. He is a very dangerous punt returner. I remember some of the things he did in Green Bay. This one is away. It is end over end. Cobb backs up, takes it at the 10, comes to the 15, gets only as far as the 20. Good coverage by Dave Phipps, special teams. T.J. Edwards on the tackle. Time out of the field with the score, 10-3 Eagles. On the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day. Looking for an activity for your child while schools are closed for winter break? Join the Eagles cheerleaders on December 27th for the Eagles Holiday Cheer and Dance Workshop. Get your tickets now at PhiladelphiaEagles.com/holiday cheer. Eagles got off to a quick start, 10-0. It's now 10-3, and the disturbing thing is while the Eagles move the ball, they have failed to score a point in their last 3 possessions. 1st and 10 Cowboys. Prescott gives off, running room. Ezekiel Elliott takes it all the way up to the 30, where Jalen Mills makes the stop. So the most productive run by Ezekiel Elliott, that's them a first down.
Yeah, that's by far their most productive run. And the Eagles have their base defense on the field with meaning 3 linebackers. They put T.J. Edwards on the field. You've got to be able to stop Zeke Elliott, especially when they're going to go with 2 tight ends and you've got base personnel.
Now they have 3 tight ends, including Jarwin, who goes in motion from right to left. 1st and 10 at the 30. Back goes Prescott. He's looking. He fires, and it's incomplete over the head of Schultz. Dalton Schultz, another one of those Stanford tight ends on the near sideline, and the ball was thrown over his head. An inaccurate pass by Prescott. He was open, Mike.
He was open, and Prescott at this point 6 of 12, passing the football for 76 yards, and the fans are going to like this. Zach Ertz just comes back bouncing onto the field.
It is 2nd and 10. Gallup and Cobb to the far side. Cooper to the near side. Prescott in the gun. Elliott to his left. 2nd and 10. 2:44 remaining in the first half. Prescott back. Prescott steps up. Prescott fires, complete, and being tackled is Cooper. 5 yards shy of the first down. It will put Dallas in a 3rd and 5. Vinny Curry made the stop.
Tell you what, they're not hitting Prescott enough. They're not making him move enough.
No.
They've got to get a little more pressure. And I know Jim Schwartz only wants to bring 4, and that's a smart thing to do. But, boy, these guys are going to have to break down that wall and speed up the tempo.
Cowboys 1 for 5 on 3rd downs. It is 3rd and 4.5. Prescott in the gun. He's back again. He steps up, he fires, and it is caught, dropped by Cooper. He had the ball momentarily, and then he was hit from behind, and it was incomplete. So the Cowboys will have to punt.
Well, the time was there for him to get the football out, and the ball was just dropped by Cooper. He gets hit right away by Avonte Maddox, but that ball should have been caught.
And there's the 2-minute warning with the score. The Eagles 10, the Cowboys 3. 10-3 Eagles, 2 minutes to play in the first half. Stats brought to you by PNC Bank. PNC committed to helping Philadelphians take action today so they can reach your financial goals tomorrow. PNC, make today the day. I'd love to see Greg Ward have something returnable because he's very good in the open field. Although Jones has been short in his punts, 38, 40, and 35.
I'd like to see a punt block.
This one is away. It is high and it is also short, and it's going to bounce. And it does, and it kicks out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Not a good punt at all. Not returnable, but not a good punt at all by Chris Jones.
Carson Wentz to this point, 14 of 20 passing, 136 yards and a touchdown. Miles Sanders has 8 carries for 24 yards and 3 receptions for 40 yards. So once again, he's carrying a lot of the load for this offense.
That was only a 31-yard punt. Zach Ertz is back in the game.
And Vinny Curry's gotten close to a couple of those punts earlier.
Wentz lines them up. The wide man on the far side is Greg Ward. Sanders to the near side. Motion to the near side. Right side. Wentz takes the snap. He's back. He pumps. He fires. He completes it. And it goes to Goddard this time for a first down. 3 yards shy of midfield.
The tight ends really understand zone coverage and how to find those pockets in zone coverage. They made it an easy throw for the quarterback.
It is 1st and 10 up at the Eagles' 47-yard line. Wentz brings them to the line of scrimmage. He's in the gun. Sanders to his right. Back goes Wentz again. He looks, penalty flag down as Wentz fires. He is completing it to Goddard, who has another first down and knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. However, there's a penalty, and we'll see about this.
Yeah, it's going to come back. It's an illegal alignment. You've got the wide receiver covering up the tight end and too many guys on the line of scrimmage.
Offside, defense.
Oh, I like that even better.
Lined up in the neutral zone. His penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
I picked them. I love when you're wrong.
I like that one so much better.
And 1:19 to go in the first half, and the Eagles in Cowboys territory at the 39. They do not want to come away without points. 1st and 10 at the 39. Wentz under center this time. Sanders behind him. 1:19 to play in the first half. Wentz fakes. Now he screens. Running with the football is Goddard. Penalty flag down as he comes across the 25. And I think this one is coming back on an illegal block.
Boy, the timing and the timing of this screen is so good.
Would have been an 18-yard gain.
I love the way Carson looks to the one side and then comes back the other way. The timing so good.
I'm not sure.
I don't see a foul now.
What do you see?
Illegal block in the back. Offense number 71.
They called it on Peters. Now I want to see this again, Mike.
He was not even near the play.
I want to see this because I did not see it. I didn't even see it on the first replay. They're calling an illegal block in the back on a play that gained 18 yards. Now let's see.
I did not see it, and I thought I saw everything.
I haven't seen them. Why aren't they rerunning it? Here it is. Now I'm looking, and yeah, he does. There is a block in the back. It is 1st and 20 from the Cowboys 49. Wentz in the gun again. He's back. He fires over the middle. He completes it. Goddard makes the catch, but he falls right down. So it'll be 2nd down and about 16.
Yeah, he bobbles that football. I didn't even think it was a catch, but he's able to hold on to it.
2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. They've got to get to the 29 for a first down. Wentz lines them up again. Greg Ward is wide to the far side of the field. Wentz looks, goes over the middle one more time, and in pushing forward as Goddard gets down to the 35 with 39 seconds to play.
Timeout. Philadelphia. Their second.
The Eagles take their second timeout.
Zach Ertz is back on the field, and, of course, they're going to try and take him away. So you're taking advantage of that attention that he gets, getting the football to Dallas Goedert on this possession, and he's paying off. 8 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown to Dallas Goedert.
Now, Mike, I would think right here you don't want to go deep. You want to take something high percentage and make it a more normal, make it a more average length field goal for Jake Elliott. Put him in position.
Well, you've got 39 seconds. That's plenty of time to get another touchdown in my mind.
Yeah, but it's 3rd and 6.
And I think you work the side.
Let's see. 1 timeout remaining. Davis to the far side. Goddard in the slot. 3 receivers to the near side of the field. Sanders comes in motion. Sets up to the left of Wentz. It is 3rd down and 6. Wentz takes the snap. He looks. He pumps. He is going deep, and it is incomplete. Looking for Goddard on the right side of the field, covered that time by Jalen Smith.
Oh, and he had what he needed. He has Dallas Goedert matched up on the linebacker, and he runs a really nice route, gets outside him. They run a little switch route on the outside, and Goddard is wide open. He's just expecting him more to the outside, Carson is, and he's more vertical.
All right, we're going to get a 53-yard attempt by Jake Elliott with 34 seconds to go. 53 yards. Ball is spotted. The kick is away. And the kick is... It's no good. It is no good.
By rule, a missed field goal from outside the 20-yard line will go back to the spot of the kick. Will be Dallas's ball, 1st down at the 43-yard line.
Didn't miss by much, but it was just wide right. Just wide right.
It looked good for a long time.
It really did. But the Cowboys not only avoid giving up 3 points, they get the football in very good field position.
Yes, they do. This defense, they have played well in this first half. Now it's really important that they play well.
So it is 1st and 10, the football at their own 43-yard line. I want to share a great new concept that I'm using called Flex Drive, a vehicle subscription program that delivers all the car and none of the commitment. Do what I did and download the Flex Drive app now.
They kept the big ball away from that team by making sure they ran those safeties over the top against that passing attack on the outside. And in this situation, I think they want to do the same. They ran Nigel Bradham down the middle like a Tampa 2 style of defense, took away the outside as well as the deep inside throw, and forced the check down. Perfect time for that type of defense.
Jason Peters is speaking to the official on the sideline.
Yeah, he's talking about that block in the back because Jason knows that Jeff Heath actually turns his back to him. He's already engaging, and Heath turns his back to him, and that's when the call came.
That would have been a big play, an 18-yard gain, putting the Eagles down at the 20-yard line or so. Arizona in the second quarter leads Seattle 14-7. Giants 41, Redskins 35. Atlanta 24-12 over Jacksonville. Baltimore 31, Cleveland 15. Indianapolis beat Carolina 38-6. Miami beat Cincinnati 38-35. Somebody had a win. And the Jets beat a very important game for Pittsburgh. Jets beat them 16-10.
Somebody had to win.
I shouldn't be sarcastic about the Dolphins. There's no room for that after what they did to the Eagles. At any rate, 29 seconds left in the first half. The Cowboys not only have all of their timeouts, they will also receive the kickoff to begin the third quarter. Eagles have not taken advantage. They started out well, but they have not taken advantage of opportunities. 1st and 10 Cowboys at their own 43. 3 receivers, including the tight end left. In the gun is Prescott. Prescott on 1st down backs up. He's looking. He pumps. He fires, and he completes it down near the 40-yard line to Michael Gallup.
Yeah, and right away the Cowboys are going to call a timeout.
Dallas, their first, a 30-second timeout.
That's a 16-yard gain. Listen, the Eagles have done a lot of things well. They have moved the football, but they have not scored the points that as many yards as they've gained should have put up on the board.
And Jim Schwartz certainly expecting the passing game and the attack on the secondary. He's got extra D-backs on the field. This defensive line, they've got to get to Dak to keep him away.
It is 1st and 10. Elliott to his left. Prescott in the gun. He backs up again. He pumps. He fires. He completes it to Cooper. Not for much, but still inside the 40, down to the 37. Jalen Mills makes the stop.
Dallas.
18 seconds to go.
30 seconds.
Forcing Dallas to call another timeout, so they've got one left. And one more play like that one, and they're going to be in field goal range.
Well, they're in field goal range already, Mike.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a 52-yarder for Kai Forbath, who has already made a 50-yarder in this game. Made one last week. It's not easy field goal range, but it is definitely within his distance.
If you're Jim Schwartz, what do you do here? Do you come after him and try and get a hit on him? I think so.
It is 2nd down and 4. They have one timeout remaining. Prescott lines them up. Elliott to his right. He can throw to Elliott, too. He's done that before. Prescott takes the snap. Back he goes. He's looking. He steps up. He fires. He completes it to Gallup. And Gallup is down inside the 25, down to the 22, tackled by Mills with 11 seconds remaining.
Well, that play that they tried to hit to Gallup on the crossing route earlier, they're able to get it this time.
A 30-second timeout.
Prescott puts it out there where it's still behind him, but it's at least catchable. He catches it this time, getting them much closer. Now, Ezekiel Elliott, they try and sneak him out, but Malcolm Jenkins, every time, he's taking away that throw.
That one was a little behind on two, Mike.
Yeah, but he's able to make that catch.
Yep.
Gallup now 4 receptions for 88 yards.
Cowboys have no timeouts remaining. Do they go for the end zone with 11 seconds left? They go with slot to the near side, Witten in motion. Elliott back. He's looking. He is firing. He completes it to Witten, who steps out of bounds at the 14-yard line with 6 seconds left. And do they bring in the field goal unit? They do. They will bring in the field goal unit and try to make this a 4-point game. Well, at least the Eagles keep them out of the end zone. And unless something very strange occurs, the Eagles will have the lead at the end of 30 minutes. It's only a 32-yarder for Forbath, who as a Cowboy is 5 for 5, and on the season is 12 for 12. Ball is spotted, the kick is away, and he drills it with 3 seconds to go. So it is 10-6. Mike, the Eagles have gained a lot of yards in this first half. And Carson Wentz has played very, very well. But for one reason or another, they have not been able to put more points on the board. One was a 4th down gamble that went no place. The other, an opportunity where they went deep for Dallas Goedert. And Goddard in the pass did not get to the same spot at the same time.
That's a good way to put it. Carson 18 of 25 for 177 yards and that one touchdown they got it. But you're exactly right. They had some opportunities, and especially the last possession, you really want to see them get points and increase the margin, but unable to do that.
They squib kick it. Here's the big thing, and it's picked up and running with the football is Nathan Gary, and he is still on his feet at the 40. At the 45 as the time disappears. And there's the end of the first half with the score. The Eagles 10.
The end of the first half.
Eagles 10, Cowboys 6. Stay tuned for the Piazza Auto Group halftime show brought to you by Piazza Group. Piazza Auto Group with 25 locations, including Honda, Acura, Mazda, Hyundai, Volkswagen, Subaru, and more. On the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day on 94 WIP. Second act kickoff brought to you by Ford. Ford F-150 is the only pickup built with a high strength, military-grade aluminum alloy cabin bed. Check it out at your local Ford store today. Tony Pollard, the deep man, to return the opening kickoff of the second half by Jake Elliott. The Eagles scored on their first 2 possessions, but the Cowboys came back and scored with 2 field goals. So it's a 10-6 Eagles lead. The Eagles have had too many opportunities to only have 10 points. The kickoff will go in and not be returned. Goes into the end zone. Who needs to get hot? Brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White Water Heaters are American strong and built to be the best. Find a plumbing contractor near you. Visit BradfordWhite.com.
Listen, I'm not going to give you a who. I'm going to give you an area. On third down, the Eagles are 3 of 8 on third downs. That area of their offense needs to get hot here in the second half. And this possession, very important. They need to get the Cowboys off the field without points.
It is huge. This is a big possession for the Cowboys, and the Eagles have to come with equal force on first down. They go to Elliott, and he picks up very, very little. Who needs to get hot? We know that. Second half adjustments brought to you by Tower Health. Tower Health, proud to support our home team and connect you to your healthiest. Discover more at towerhealth.org. You know, on the game, with a yard there, Zeke Elliott has 6 carries for 10 yards. That's it. It is second down and 9. Empty backfield. Now, Elliott comes back and sets up to the right of Prescott, who's in the gun. Prescott calling for the football, takes the snap. He backs up, he swings it out to Elliott on the far side, and Elliott runs for and has the first down. Or no, he's a little bit short. I think he's a little bit short. We'll see where they spot it. Just shy of the first down as he picks up 9 yards on that little swing pass before Nathan Gary pushes him out of bounds. So here is 3rd and inches.
A little bit of confusion there defensively because there's no way you have Elliott that wide open on the outside without a linebacker or safety in his face. They dropped Fletcher Cox that time, but he wasn't even going out into the flat.
Witten in motion. It is 3rd and a half yard. They give it to the fullback, and he is thrown back, but I don't know if he picked it up. They gave it to Elliott. They moved Elliott up, and he picked it up. He did. He only needed an inch, and that's what he needed, and that's what he got.
Yeah, he's the up back this time.
Yeah,
he's got Tony Pollard behind him.
You know,
they just spin and give the ball to Zeke Elliott, and he gets enough of a push to get a first down.
Yeah, he didn't need much, and it would be dangerous to challenge this, even if you think the spot was advantageous to the Cowboys. 1st and 10 up at the 35. Witten in motion. Slot to the near side of the field. Prescott trying to get his running game going. He fakes to Elliott. He swings. He looks. He fires, and it's incomplete. This time he's going for Randall Cobb up across the 40. The ball thrown low and incomplete in the first half. Prescott's quarterback rating, 81.9. Wentz's 104.9.
Well, and that was a really good play by the defense. And everybody, as they say, doing their job. Because there's a lot of action going on in there. And if your eyes are in the wrong place, you could get off course. But everybody's in position.
Eagles shaken up. A timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles leading 10-6, and the Eagles 13:03 remaining in the third quarter. 10-6 Eagles. 2nd and 10 Cowboys. Ball at their own 35. Moving right to left. Jalen Mills in the medical tent. Sidney Jones in. And the gun again is Prescott. With Elliott to his left. Back goes Prescott. Prescott looks, dumps it off to Elliott over the middle, and he gets away from 2 men and picks up another first down. Picks up another first down. You know, you can't keep Elliott down for long. They smothered him in the first half, but he picked up 10 yards right there. They just find different ways to use him.
Sure, he gets the ball in space, and that's one of the ways that he's most effective when they can throw the ball to him on the check down, and that's what they're able to get here, and he gets him a first down.
Run away from, on that particular play, Nate Gary, who does not have the speed to cover Ezekiel Elliott. On first down, back goes Prescott. He fires, and he completes it. And pushing down to the 45-yard line is Michael Gallup, and he has another first down, I do believe. Let's see where they spot the football. Yeah, he does have it.
This is a play that Prescott runs really well. It's an RPO. fakes the handoff, or he looks at the give on the handoff, but there's no linebacker in his space. He throws an easy slant.
On first down, again it goes to Elliott. Elliott almost breaks loose, but still lurches across the 35-yard line and is close to another first down. Eagles are being gashed by big play after big chunk after big chunk.
This could be painful for this defense, too. I think Fletcher Cox is hurt on this play. He grabs Ezekiel Elliott as he's running by and immediately grabs his arm, shoulder to the right side, and
he's hurt.
And down in a lot of pain.
He is, there's a lot of pain there.
And immediately the doctors run out to the field along with head coach Doug Peterson.
This is not good. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 10, the Cowboys 6 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day on 94 WIP. First and 10 Cowboys, 11:50 to go here in the third quarter. Eagles lead 10-6. Cowboys have a first and 10 at the Eagles 34, but the injury situation is not good, Howard.
No, it's not, Merrill. Jalen Mills went to the locker room. It looked like it was an ankle or a foot. He was taken out in a cart, so obviously he didn't walk. And Fletcher looks like he might come back, but I'll update that. Back up to you.
It is first and 10 Cowboys at the 34. They have chunked away at the Eagles here in the beginning of the third quarter since they took the kickoff. Under center is Prescott. Comes right back and goes to Elliott again, who spins forward for about 8. This looks more like the Zeke Elliott that we are used to watching. Picked up about 7.5 that time before Avonte Maddox lowered the boom.
Yeah, and Fletcher Cox, whatever was bothering him, he's not going to allow that to keep him out of the football game. He's right back in, and you're right. Zeke Elliott looking a little bit more like Zeke Elliott, but only 28 yards on 9 carries.
It is second down and 3 for the Cowboys. They were at the Eagles 27. Tony Pollard comes in. Rookie from Memphis. Takes the handoff, and he's down at the 25-yard line, a yard shy of the first down. Nathan Gary makes the stop. Pollard gained 136 yards last week against the Rams on 12 carries. So he's not chopped liver.
Yeah, it's rare that you see a team with 200-yard rushes in the same game. Well, the Cowboys had that against the Rams. This is a big third down.
Empty backfield. Now Pollard comes back, sets up behind Prescott. It is 3rd and 1. Prescott is under center. Prescott calling for the football. He swings it out to Pollard, and Pollard is trapped, and he won't make it. He will not make it. Fletcher Cox is back and in charge of things again, making the stop, and the field goal unit comes on.
So, and Malcolm says the football came out, and he's clearly got the football and recovered the ball, but the officials aren't saying anything. An outstanding job. Look, they're trying to run the option this time, and everyone, again, they're playing their position on this option, and they're able to stop the Cowboys, and they're going to force them into a field goal situation.
Now, there's an injury. Now,
yeah, Timmy Jernigan's down this time.
Mike, I don't know if there's anything here that Doug could challenge. You don't want to waste timeouts, but I'm watching it again as Pollard fights. The ball definitely came loose, but the question was he down?
I think he was sitting down.
No, he wasn't, Mike. Look, ball comes out. I would challenge it. Looks to me like the ball was coming out.
And there was clear recovery, and I know that's a thing, but it's clear that Malcolm Jenkins came up with the football. And Doug's saying that the ball is fumbled, and he's exactly right.
Yeah. Is Doug going to challenge?
He is challenging.
He is challenging. This is the AAA official review. AAA roadside is their strong side. Make AAA part of your game plan at AAA.com.
You remember we had this same situation, and they said that there was no clear recovery?
Yeah.
Clearly, Malcolm Jenkins ends up with this football after the play is over.
Philadelphia is challenging the ruling on the field of the runner down by contact.
Now the question is, there's a timeout on the field. We know that's not a question. With the score, the Eagles 10, the Cowboys 6 on the Eagles Radio Network. Get ready for what we think will be good news.
Well, both sides sing it because the Eagles' offense is on the field, the Cowboys' defense is on the field, and to get a stop on this drive, huge.
There was a fumble on the play recovered by Philadelphia. Will be there while first and 10.
Huge.
Philadelphia will not be charged with a timeout.
That turnover brought to you by Impriano Roofing and Siding.
Thank you.
Impriano Roofing, Siding, and Windows. Let Jack Impriano and his team turn over your old roof with a brand new, beautiful roof. Visit Impriano.com.
In the start of this second half, you mentioned how important it would be for the Eagles to stop them. Well, the Cowboys are down in scoring territory.
The question was about the game clock, correct at 10-12, the point of recovery.
And they are able to rip the football out, and I think it's Fletcher Cox that hit the ball, got it out, and now big opportunity after the turnover.
1st and 10 up at the 26-yard line. Wentz under center. Sanders, the single setback. Slot to the far side of the field. Motion, Perkins. On first down, it goes to Sanders, and Sanders goes down after a gain of only a yard. Runs into Antoine Woods. Eagles did not win that battle at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and about 9. Let's make it second and about 9.
Well, but these opportunities, when you're able to take the ball away, you've got to get something out of it. You got to cash in on these opportunities.
Now they put it back at the 26, so it is a full 10. 2nd and 10. They go with a wing to the near side. Wide receiver split. Wentz under center. Now Goddard. Wing to the near side. Ertz to the far side. Sanders behind Wentz, who's under center. Wentz fakes, looks, backs up, pumps, fires over the middle. Complete. Sanders has a first down and more as he's knocked out of bounds near the 40. Sanders fighting people off before Jordan Lewis brings him down, but there's a 13-yard gain.
Well, Jordan Lewis kind of brings him down. This is an outstanding job of catching and then locating Jordan Lewis, and he puts the hat on Jordan Lewis, puts him on his back, and he gets enough for a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 Eagles.
Miles Sanders gives you a lot.
9 to go in the third quarter. Eagles up 10-6. Wentz under center. Sanders stays in. Slot to the far side of the field. Motion again, Perkins. This time, handoff. Sanders takes it outside. He is across the 40 and up to the 42-yard line. 42 or 43, where Byron Jones, first-round draft pick from Connecticut a few years ago, makes the stop, but that's 3 yards, and it'll bring up a second down and 7.
Yeah, that's 3 hard yards, so they're going to get Boston Scott onto the field to give Miles Sanders a little bit of a break, but he tries to outrun Byron Jones to the outside and just unable to outrun him.
I love when they use Boston Scott on a screen. That's what woke up the team against the Giants. They go with a tight formation. It is 2nd and 7. Under center is Wentz. Wentz back. He's looking. He swings it out. Boston Scott. Scott runs away from one man, but then he is tackled at the 41-yard line. And actually the play will lose a yard as Malcolm Smith makes a very solid tackle.
Yeah, just unable to run away from Malcolm Smith. Now, Carson looks down the field. He really doesn't have anything that he likes, so he throws that little swing pass out, and Malcolm Smith with a sure tackle on Boston Scott.
It is 3rd down and 9. They have to get to the 49, their own 49 for the first down.
Yeah, and this is where they were weak in the first half. They're 3 of 8 on 3rd down conversion.
Into the shotgun. Motion to the near side. Ertz. Wentz in the gun. Takes the snap. Here comes the rush. He steps up. He is hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Wentz was hit from behind.
Lawrence.
Yeah, he got in there.
Once again, DeMarcus Lawrence gets pressure on Carson, and he's got a target to the outside, but as soon as he cocks the arm to throw, he gets hit because he gets inside of Vitae and gets a hit on Carson.
Wentz was lucky to get that off without further damage.
Lawrence on that inside move has gotten through a couple of times today.
In the punt. Johnston. In the return. Austin. It is end over end. And it will go out of bounds shy of the 20. Here's John Russell with an NFL update.
Merrill, 12-3 playoff-bound Saints for the second straight week rewrite the NFL record book. Last week it was Drew Brees. Today, Michael Thomas. His 144th catch passes Marvin Harrison for most ever in a season. You love everything Riebenthal does for you. Riebenthal sells more, so you save more on every new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram in stock.
38-yard punt that goes out of bounds, but there's no return. So that's good. 7:18 remaining in the third quarter. Eagles offense has not produced points since early in the first quarter.
Yeah, the first couple of possessions, they just looked like they were set to move the ball up and down the field on this defense, but that has not been the case in the second quarter and here in the second half.
It is 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their own 21. Last time they moved the ball well. Prescott back again. He is floating it down the sideline for Cooper, out of bounds, incomplete. He wanted Amari Cooper. Now, Cooper has not been a major factor today. He has been playing with a sore knee. And I don't know if that's affecting him, but the Eagles have covered him well. That time it was Rasul Douglas.
Yeah, and he's stride for stride. Rasul Douglas is with Cooper going down the sideline.
Gallup and Cobb to the far side, Cooper to the near side. It is 2nd down and 10. Under center is Prescott with Elliott behind him. The Eagles had his number in the first half. They hand it off to Elliott again, and he bursts forward, and he picks up 9 yards. Nothing like the defense in the first half where they were hitting Elliott and containing him at the line of scrimmage. This time, he hit the hole and kept on going, and it puts them in a 3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, they created a nice little crease off the left side. The Cowboys did offensively to get Zeke Elliott going down the left side.
Eagles leading 10-6. 3rd quarter. 6.5 to go. This time, handoff again, Elliott, and he has the first down. He's awfully tough to stop. Amazing how the Eagles stopped him in the first half. But as the game goes on and the defenders wear down a little bit, and Elliott has the propensity to get stronger as the game goes on.
And
Mike,
that has a lot to do with the ability to wear down the defense. And after a certain amount of snaps, you're going to start to move those defensive guys. The legs start to wear thin.
it is 1st and 10 Dallas. Ball at their own 32. Just one receiver. Double tight end. Play action. Prescott back again. He floats the ball and completes it to Blake Jarwin. Jarwin has another first down as they get closer to midfield. They are across the 46, and right now the Cowboys offense, with the exception of the turnover, is moving the ball a lot more easily against the Eagles defense than vice versa.
Well, and Blake Jarwin is probably a better fit for this offense now than Jason Witten. He runs a really good route and gets away from Malcolm Jenkins.
It is 1st and 10. Handoff inside, and this time the Eagles stack up Zeke Elliott.
Yeah, that's
There's
more
nothing
like
there. Derek Barnett gets in.
That is more like it. There's penetration right inside in the middle, and then Derek Barnett coming off the edge, also getting into the backfield, getting together on Zeke Elliott, getting him on the ground.
That's what you have to do. You have to hit him, Mike, before the legs start churning. Hit him early. Cobb and Gallup out to the far side. Cooper to the near side. It is 2nd and 11. Inside their own 45. Eagles lead by 4 at 10-6. 3rd quarter action. Shotgun. Prescott back. Looking. Fires. Incomplete. Whizzing by Cooper. Cooper wanted pass interference. Gary was over there, and so was Rasul Douglas. And it puts the Cowboys in a very important 3rd down.
Tight coverage by Rasul Douglas on the outside, and I don't think Cooper is at full speed because normally he's going to run by you in those situations, but the Cowboys find themselves in another 3rd down situation. They're 3 of 9 on 3rd downs.
They're at their 44. They have to get to the Eagles 44 for a first down. Under center is Prescott. Now he backs up into the shotgun. Prescott back. Prescott looking. Prescott pumps. He is firing, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Cooper. He got one hand on it, but that was all. It was thrown high. I've seen Cooper make that catch, but not in this case.
Prescott has a lot of time to throw the football, set his feet. There's nothing in the pocket that's bothering him at all. He's just off on the throw to a wide open Amari Cooper.
Yeah, he was. Eagles are having some breaks. Can they take advantage?
This was truly a break. He has all the space in the world to throw the ball. It's just a high throw. Amari Cooper goes up with one hand when he probably could have gotten two on the ball.
Chris Jones gets the punt away. Looking and watching it go high and bounce it into the end zone. Greg Ward made the right decision. So it will come out to the 20. There's a timeout on the field with the score. Eagles 10, Cowboys 6 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make day the day. 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Eagles season is on the line. They lead the Cowboys 10-6. They scored on their first two possessions, and in their last 6, no points. They've got to. 10-6 is not going to hold up, unless I am mistaken, but it's unlikely.
Hey, there's so much firepower on the other side of the field. The Cowboys are really talented at every position. The Eagles need to take advantage of the opportunities and get more points on the board.
Wentz lines them up again. Slot to the near side. Lone receiver to the far side. Motion. Boston Scott. Wentz to Scott. Scott coming forward. Comes across the 25 and then is thrown down. So he picks up 6 yards on first down. Sean Lee makes the stop.
Yeah, that's a lot of work for 6 yards, but it's a first down and 6 yards, and you go to second down with 2nd and 4. That's a pretty good place to be.
Arizona 20, Seattle 7 in the third quarter.
They get Boston Scott to the outside, and they just try and create a run lane out there. 6 yards, good start.
Wentz lines them up. He's in the shotgun with Scott to his left. Slot to the near side. Wing to the far side. 2nd and 4. Back goes Wentz. He looks, he pumps, he fires. He completes it. He's got a first down to Ertz. That's the guy. He looks for 86, and he finds him that time, and that will move the chains.
In the first half, when the Eagles started to score points and just move the ball, this is how they did it. They won on first down. They won on second down.
1st and 10. Ward in the near side slot. Wing to the far side. Wentz in the gun. 1st and 10 at their 31. Wentz this time slips it inside and slashing, rolling, and picking up yardage again is Scott as he comes across the 35 to the 36. 5 more yards by little Boston Scott.
The little guy is able to hide behind the big people, and when he bursts, he truly has a burst, able to get 5 yards on the play.
It is 2nd down and 5. Ball out at the 36. Wentz back, looks left, screens over to Scott, juggles it but carries it, catches it, runs, has a first down. He juggled it, he brought it in, he took off to the outside, ran across the 40 up to the 42. Sean Lee chases him out of bounds.
Outstanding job of first locating the football. On this screen, he's got Isaac Seumalo out in front of him, but he runs away from the interference and just gets to the sideline, and another first down.
Wentz lines them up. At some point, he's going to go deep for one of the wide receivers. In the near side slot is Greg Ward. Wide is Whiteside. Under center. Wentz. First down, he fakes. He's back. He's looking. He is floating it. Complete. Ward. 30, 25, 20. Out of bounds at the 18. Greg Ward.
Outstanding play call. Getting Greg Ward out there on that little. They run a switch route on the outside. Whiteside is inside. Ward goes out and up. And Carson's right on the money with the throw.
That was the Comcast Business Beyond Fast play of the game. Learn how to take your business beyond fast at ComcastBusiness.com. 1st and 10 at the 19. Sanders back in. 3 receivers left, 1 right. This time it is Wentz on a keeper. He is diving down to the 12-yard line. He was about to be hit at the 19. He cut inside and took it for 6.
It's another read by Carson Wentz, and he reads this thing perfectly, but he needs some assistance along the way. That little move to the inside breaks him free for a big pickup.
Got a block by Kelsey to help. It is 2nd down and 3. Line of scrimmage to 12. Wentz looking, firing, complete. Ertz first down at the 6. Eagles in the Mealy's red zone. $100 donation to Justice Rescue.
That's the way you carve up a defense. You know, there are certain plays earlier in the game that you would have questions about, but in this drive, they're carving them up and good play calling along the way.
First and goal at the 6. Wentz gives off, and plowing forward down to the 1 is Sanders.
No, you see that little hesitation by Sanders.
Yep.
He gets the football, and you don't see that burst right away. A little bit of a hesitation. He allows things to develop in front of him, and then you see that burst, and he gets down to about the 1-yard line.
Timeout on the field.
There is an injured Cowboy, and the fans are booing, thinking they're just trying to take it. It's Jeff Heath trying to take it to get a breath and collect themselves after this long Eagles drive. 1:08 remaining in the third quarter. Eagles will have a second and goal from the 2.
Yeah, it's the safety, Jeff Heath. Slow to get up. The doctors are coming out. But what a nice job and variety with this attack by the Eagles on this possession.
Ward has 4 receptions, Mike, for 71 yards.
The run game, they've been able to get them. The screen game, and then throwing the ball down the field.
10-6 Eagles. 1:08 to go in the third quarter. Boy, if they could put 6 points, 7 points up on the board here, that would be huge going into the fourth quarter. But they haven't done it yet. It is second and goal from inside the 2.
Play number 9 of this possession.
They're still huddling. They break. Wentz lines them up. He's got Sanders behind him. Ertz, a wing to the near side. He's an often used target. Wentz gives off, running. It is Sanders down to the 1, and he's being pulled back. He's inside the 1 this time. It will bring up third and goal. Now let's see where they spot it. They do spot it down at the 1. He does pick up a yard.
They get really good movement, and he really needs to stay right in the middle. This is crunch time, Mr. Reese. So for your pregame, your in-game, or your post-game craving, keep it Philly with Hers snacks.
Wentz in the gun again. Slot to the near side. Davis split out wide. Wentz back. Goes to Sanders. He's in. Touchdown.
He's going to read it this time, but it ends up being just an inside zone run. And they really knocked the Cowboys off of the football. That's the key to this touchdown. O-line, Kelsey Sayamalu, an outstanding job of just knocking the Cowboys off of the football in an easy touchdown for Miles Sanders. That little inside zone run.
16-6 Eagles. Here to give the Eagles an 11-point lead.
Yeah, going into the fourth quarter with a 2-score lead, that's huge.
Here is Elliott for the extra point. Now what?
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Try.
Boy, delay of game on the extra point.
You don't see that every day.
You don't see that every year. This will be a 38-yard extra point for Jake Elliott. Let's see. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And it doesn't matter. It's good. Every Eagles touchdown is proudly driven by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Find the Honda dealer near you at DelValHondaDealers.com. Stats brought to you by PNC Bank. PNC has been a cornerstone in our region for more than 150 years, and they're committed to helping the members of our community. PNC, make today the day.
A 10-play drive, 80 yards, 4.5 minutes they consume, and Miles Sanders once again coming through with the touchdown run. Carson Wentz to this point, 25 of 33 passing, 251 yards. That touchdown early in the football game, and Miles Sanders doing a little bit of everything. Greg Ward, you mentioned it earlier. He has 4 receptions, 1 big on that possession, 4 receptions for 71 yards on the day.
We have 6 seconds to go here in the third quarter. If I asked you Earlier today, before the game began, how would you feel with the Eagles having an 11-point lead going into the fourth quarter? I think you would have taken that. That would have been just fine. Tony Pollard is the deep man. Here's the kickoff. High. And it is Pollard taking it at the goal line. He's out to the 5, the 10, the 15, 20. Doesn't get to the 25. So the special teams kickoff coverage unit has done its job. T.J. Edwards again. There is the end of the third quarter with the score. The Eagles.
The end of the third quarter.
17. The Dallas Cowboys 6 on the Eagles Radio Network present. There are 15 minutes left of the game. Call Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15%. Eagles lead 17-6 as we begin the fourth quarter. First and 10, Dallas moving left to right from their own 24-yard line. And the Eagles starting corners are both hurt.
Yep.
So they have Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas.
Jalen Mills, I saw him warming up. He's at least back on the sideline and starting to move around.
First and 10, Cowboys. Elliott to the left of Prescott. Prescott takes the snap. He backs up. Here comes the rush. He fires and it's incomplete. Looking for Gallup. Threw it wide. Incomplete.
Yeah. And Prescott is off target quite a bit today. He's missed on several throws. And now the Cowboys have another guy down.
Yeah, it looks like Xavier Su'a-Filo, their left guard. Prescott is 15 for 27, 168 yards.
Su'a-Filo is filling in for Connor Williams at the left guard spot, so they're a little thin there already. And
Jalen Mills is coming back.
He's having trouble getting back onto the field. Yeah.
He's back. He left the field on a cart.
Yeah, Jalen left the field, but I just saw the trainers down, and they're putting that little brace that he wears on his arm. I saw the trainers getting him ready, getting that brace in place, and yeah, he's back on the field. He does not want to miss out on this. You want to be a part of this. If you're healthy at all, you want to be a part of this.
Let's go down to Howard.
All right, Merrill and Mike, Jalen Mills, for the trainers, was running, doing sprints, backpedaling here on the sidelines. He came running back out on the field. His ankle is taped. As you said, he's now back on the field. Obviously, he's tough. He wants to play, and the trainers are convinced he's okay. Let me just pass on something else, and I'm just passing it on. When the Dallas Cowboys have trailed at halftime this year, they have not come back in any one of those games to win. Back up to you.
Let's hope that follows suit, but there is a full quarter to go, minus 4 seconds.
Joe Looney now comes in, replacing at the left guard spot.
It is 2nd and 10, Dallas. Ball at their own 24. Under center is Prescott. Elliott has come to life here in the second half. On second down, the give is to Elliott, and Elliott leaps over a man and picks up 8 more yards. Oh, he's tough.
Yes, he is. He's special. He's strong. He's fast. He can run low to the ground. He picks up 8 yards when it seems like there are bodies there to get stops on him.
It'll be third down at about 1.5 yards. Third and about 1. Now Elliott is deployed as a wide receiver. Prescott in the gun. Now Elliott comes back and lines up to the left of Prescott. Cooper in motion. Prescott rolling, throws it. It's almost intercepted. It's incomplete. Intended for Cooper, almost picked off by Maddox.
Oh, Vontae Maddox steps in front of this one, and boy, if he's able to hold on to this one, he's just going to be screaming down the sideline.
Oh, he really came close.
But he reads this thing perfectly and steps in front of Amari Cooper.
I just keep hoping the punting unit comes on. I would just love to see Greg Ward with a returnable punt. But Chris Jones has been so short on every punt. I'm telling you, Ward can really burst with moves if he's in that open field. Now they're going to call.
Yeah, movement by the Cowboys.
Yeah. 14-16 remaining in regulation. Wish that clock would go faster.
False start. Offense number 89. 5-yard penalty remains, fourth down.
On Blake Jarwin. Only the second penalty on the Cowboys. So it is 4th and 6. Chris Jones standing inside his 15. Eagles have come close to a couple of blocks. He gets it away again. This one is coming down. Greg Ward comes up, calls for it, makes a fair catch inside the 35. And you're going to play it safe with the Cowboys coming down on your face. Only a 38-yard punt. Timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 17, Cowboys 6 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day. A 9 PGW, delivering safe, reliable energy to Philadelphia for more than 180 years. PGW Energy for all of us. Visit pgworks.com.
Miles Sanders once again doing a little bit of everything. 17 touches on the day for 86 yards. 4 of them rushing, or 4 receiving, 13 rushing.
1st and 10 Eagles at their 34. Slot to the far side. Greg Ward in the slot. Ertz in motion. Under center is Wentz. He fakes. He's back. He swings it out. Running with it is Sanders. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 38-yard line. Miles Sanders.
I love that play call right there. And watch the patience of Miles Sanders. It's something to really admire. He catches the football. He lets the bigs get out in front of him, Merrill, and then he just picks his spot when he wants to burst. Carson quickly going to the line of scrimmage.
Now they spot it at the 42-yard line. Wentz in the gun this time. Comes right back to Sanders. Sanders slashes forward for almost 5.
I think you're going to get a face mask as well.
Wow, Sean Lee made the stop. Let's see.
It's going to be a holding.
Is it?
Holding, offense number 62, 10-yard penalty, and repeat first down.
Yeah, they got Jason Kelsey with the hold that time. They try and hurry up, go with the tempo offense, and sometimes you just get caught a little bit out of whack. And Kelsey this time trying to not allow the tackle to get to the outside, and you can see him grabbing a piece of the jersey.
Perkins in, Ward out. Davis to the far side. Now Perkins in the far side slot. Goddard. Split to the near side of the field. Wentz in the gun. Puts Boston Scott in motion. He screens it out to Scott. And Scott is hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss of 5 more by Jeff Heath. So it's going to be 2nd down and 23. Boy, just a few moments ago, you had the Eagles inside the Cowboys 40 or down close to it. And now they are back at their own 46-yard line. 2nd down and 22.
He needed a much better block on the outside that time from Joshua Perkins, and he just didn't get it.
Wentz in the gun. Sanders back in. 3 receivers grouped to the near side of the field. Wentz takes the snap. Fakes, looks, fires, and he completes it to Ertz. Ertz lurches forward, loses the ball momentarily, but he's in Dallas territory back at the 48-yard line after an 8-yard pickup, and that will put the Eagles in a 3rd down and 15. They have to get down to the 32-yard line of the Cowboys for a first down. The Eagles lead 17-6, 12:02 remaining in regulation.
And they really treat Zach Ertz as if he's a wide receiver when he split out wide. They had Jordan Lewis, the cornerback, on him.
Wentz in the gun with Sanders to his right. 3 receivers left. 1 right. Wentz takes the snap. He's back. He swings it out to Ertz. Ertz looking for running room across the 40, and Ertz takes it down to the 37-yard line. Bennett makes the stop, but they are short of the first down. Pick up 10 that time. And it's going to be field goal. Wow, they're going to try a field goal? It's going to be a long one. This is going to be a 55-yard attempt by Jake Elliott. 55 yards. Well, Jake, I'm sure, has told them that he can reach it. Let's see. He has done some dramatic things. Here we go. Spotted. Kick. The kick is away, and the kick is... It is no good.
It's plenty enough leg.
Outside the 20, goes back to the spot of the kick. It'll be Dallas ball, first down at the 45-yard line.
Well, that gives the Cowboys good field position. This one just hooked left. Timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 17, the Cowboys 6. Eagles lead 17-6, just under 11 to play in regulation. Eagles up by 11. First and 10 Dallas. They're at their own 45. Prescott in the gun. On first down, Prescott drops to throw. He screens it out to Elliott. Elliott is brought down shy of the 50. So that time he picks up a more modest 3 or 4 yards. That's it.
You know, Fletcher Cox coming all the way from his tackle spot to get out there on the sideline and help make the stop on Ezekiel Elliott. He understands the importance of getting Zeke Elliott to the ground.
There's another Cowboy shaken up. Now the big thing, Mike, is the Eagles cannot afford to let the Cowboys come up with one of these.
Operator, please reset the game clock to 10:45. 10:45. Thank you.
They cannot afford to let the Cowboys make 30-yard plays.
Right.
If the Cowboys are going to eventually drive down and score, they've got to use up a lot of clock.
Sure.
The injured Cowboy is Xavier Su'a-Filo.
Yeah, Su'a-Filo comes back into the game, and evidently he needed to stay out when he was out because they're going to escort him, the trainers, doctors, back to the sideline once again. Elliott on the night, 13 rushes, 47 yards. 5 receptions for 30 yards.
It'll be second down and 6.
But I think that the Cowboys at some point, they're going to throw the ball down the field. The one time they threw it down the field, Michael Gallup, they end up getting a big play. And if Dak Prescott has the strength to get the ball down the field, at some point they're going to start going down the field. No hits on Prescott, no sacks, only pressured twice.
Motion, Austin in the game to the near side of the field. Tavon Austin. Back goes Prescott. Prescott steps up. He is firing it to Elliott, and Elliott is taken down shy of midfield.
That's a great tackle by Malcolm Jenkins.
Yes, it is by Jenkins for no gain.
So many times now, you know that they're going to leak Zeke Elliott out late in the route. They want to get him the football on the checkdowns. Well, Malcolm Jenkins, many times today, he's following him. He understands, I've got to get this guy to the ground. When he latches on, he's not going to let go. 6 D-backs in the field, in the game now for the Eagles.
3 receivers to the left. Gallup to the right. In the gun, Prescott. Ball at their own 49. Eagles lead by 11 in the fourth quarter. Prescott back again. He pumps. He is hit. He starts to run. They've got him back at the 46. Josh Sweat, the sack.
Finally. They do an outstanding job of breaking down the pocket, but you have to give that sack to the defensive backfield.
And they are not bringing in the punting unit. They are going for it on 4th down and 9. Cowboys are not bringing in the punting unit. Can the Eagles stop them right here? 3 receivers left, 1 right. Here comes the rush. Prescott steps up. He looks, he fires, and is it complete? Yes. First down, they pick it up on a diving reception by Randall Cobb outside the Eagles' 35. That sack, by the way, brought to you by Steakum, contributing to stop hunger in Philadelphia by donating $100 for every sack throughout the season to Phil Abundance. Prescott brings them to the line of scrimmage. Ball at the Eagles' 37. Prescott backpedals, looks downfield, puts it in the air, and it is incomplete. Randall Cobb leaped and could not bring it in. It'll bring up a second down and 10. 8:40 remaining in regulation.
A smart decision by the Cowboys to go for it on 4th down. They knew that the Eagles defensively, they were a little bit winded, and they had lots of time because no pressure was there for Cobb to get open in that secondary.
Well, there was a catchable ball by Cobb, and he just dropped it. It is second down and 10. Cowboys have to get to the Eagles' 27 for a first down. It is second down and 10. Prescott in the gun. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Prescott takes the snap and backpedals. He's looking. He dumps it off. Running with the football and then being dropped as Elliott at the 32-yard line by Avonte Maddox. Pickup of 6. That'll put the Cowboys in a 3rd down and 4, and we already know that they are in 4-down territory. 8:20. Clock ticking. Eagles lead by 11. In the gun again. Dak Prescott. Slot to the near side. Slot to the far side. Empty backfield. Prescott back. He is going deep. He wants Gallup. Incomplete. Overthrown at the goal line. Jalen Mills in coverage.
Yeah, and he gets help from the safety coming over. But they've got to make sure that that safety's in position that he can get there. I don't think if that ball is a perfect throw, if it's where they really needed it to be, I don't know if the safety, Rodney McLeod, could have gotten there in time.
So they are going to go for a field goal. They are going to attempt the field goal, and it will be a 49-yarder by Kai Forbath, who hasn't missed yet. Ball is spotted, kick is away, and the kick is, it's good. Kai Forbath has hit it again, and there's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 17, the Cowboys 9 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day on 94 WIP. 17-9 Eagles, 7:59 to go in regulation. It's a one-possession game. 8 points, the difference. Forbath, whose 2 stops in Dallas in his 8-year career have been interrupted by stays in Washington, New Orleans, Minnesota, Jacksonville, and New England. Here is the kickoff coming down to Scott at the 4, out to the 5, the 10, leaps over a man at the 15, comes to the 20, 25, spins to the 30, and comes back to the 35 again. Boston Scott. Byron Jones makes the stop down to Howard.
All right, Merrill, a receiver is out, and he is questionable. That's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with a foot injury. But I will tell you this. After the field goal, the offense, a bunch of those guys, a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, kind of pumping each other up, getting ready for what is obviously a big drive. Back up to you.
Huge drive.
Whiteside in the first possession caught 2 passes, and we haven't seen much of him since then. Maybe that injury was bothering him the entire time. But with the guys that they have, as they say, that's all they need.
Sanders to the left of Wentz. Motion, Greg Ward. Wentz goes back. He's looking. He ducks under the rush, and he's going to run. He's out to the 40. Wentz runs for 6 yards. Nothing open. Just put it under your arm and go. And that's what Carson did right there for 6 yards.
A really smart decision by Carson on the play. The pocket's breaking down around him, but there's space in the middle, and he takes advantage of, and gets a really nice play on a first down where all your receivers are covered.
5 carries by Wentz in this game for 23 yards. It is 2nd down and 4. Sanders stays in behind Wentz, who's under center. Motion, this time, handoff, Sanders, and he is brought down in the backfield. He will not go. That loses yards.
Yeah,
that has happened at times. Michael Bennett that time.
Yeah, but they bring pressure from the back level. Jeff Heath, the safety, he comes from the back level, and he immediately is into the backfield. But you're right, Michael Bennett is able to get away from Zach Ertz, and that's not a good matchup for Zach Ertz.
They picked him up from New England in week 8. 4 for 11 of the Eagles in 3rd down. Conversions. They go with 2 receivers, both tight ends, over to the far side, slot to the near side. Now Ertz in motion, right to left. Wentz takes the snap. He's back. He is floating it, and it is caught. Goddard, first down. And Cowboys territory down at the 40. What a pass.
Perfectly thrown football. It's the right one-on-one. You've got to know, when you've got a one-on-one situation, you got to know the matchup. Carson Wentz recognizes the matchup, and right away, that's where he wants to go with the football. Dallas Goedert against Jeff Heath, and now Goedert slow to get up, walking slowly, and they're going to need an injury timeout, the Eagles are, for Dallas Goedert.
6:25 to play in regulation. Eagles 17, Cowboys 9. Goedert caught the opening touchdown of the game. Eagles started with a field goal, then they drove again, and Goedert caught it 9 yards deep in the end zone. He now has 8 receptions for 83 yards. Along with that touchdown.
Well, when Heath hits him on that sideline, he lands awkwardly, so he's over and now getting checked out by the doctors.
1st and 10 at the 40. Wentz lines them up. Sanders to his left. Wentz gives to Sanders. Tries to get outside. He slides down, and he will lose 3 yards. Again, it was Michael Bennett, the former Eagle, knifing through and throwing Sanders for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Miles, that's one where he's got to stay with the play rather than bouncing it. You got to stay in there and press the hole because there's a little more there. Maybe he gets 2 yards, but that's better than being thrown for a loss, trying to bounce it outside where Michael Bennett is winning his matchups on the outside.
Wentz under center again, slot to the near side of the field. Now Goddard back in, set to the far side. Wentz fakes, he's back, here comes the rush. He fumbles the football and he goes down on it. It was knifed out of his hands by Robert Quinn, but Wentz got it.
Recovered by number 11.
Oh, Carson, the one thing he has done that has hurt him this season has been the fumble. He has lost 7 fumbles. Fortunately, he has not lost 8, or that could have been curtains.
Yeah, Quinn's their speed rusher on the outside, and this time he gets around Jason Peters. Peters is trying to hold him off, but he's just too quick and gets to Carson's right hand, gets the football out.
It is 3rd and 8. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Wentz in the gun. Wentz back. He's looking. He swings it out, and it's incomplete. It was thrown short of Sanders, and the Eagles are going to have to punt. With 4:40 remaining in regulation. There was a lot of promise when they were down at the 40-yard line.
This is a really good setup on the screen, too. It's just Carson just misses his target. Miles has got a couple of bigs out in front of him, and most of the defense of the Cowboys, they're in the middle to the other side of the field.
Randall Cobb, the deep man. Now they could be coming right here to try to block the punt. Cameron Johnston, the native Australian, to boom it away. He hits it. It is end over end. Cobb comes up close for a fair catch and makes it back at the 11. With 4:33 to play, 37-yard punt. Remember, the Cowboys trail by 8 points, so it is 1 possession.
Yep. But now it's up to this defense, and they've got to be ready for a little bit of everything. Trickery, we saw that in the first matchup with these two teams, where they're able to get the ball to Austin in the open space. So they've got to be ready for everything and do your job.
In the gun, Prescott, Elliott to his right. 1st and 10 from the 12. Back goes Prescott. He steps up, he fires, he completes it up to the 20, and up to the 25-yard line goes Cobb. 1st down, that'll move the chains. 4:22 remaining in regulation. Both teams in possessions of all 3 timeouts.
They've got to figure out a way to get to Dak Prescott.
Prescott again in the gun. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Prescott takes his drop. He is looking. He is going deep, and it's overthrown. He had Trevon Austin beyond Rasul Douglas, but he could not put the ball in a catchable position.
I talked about that tight coverage earlier. Trevon Austin just runs a little double move, and he runs right by Rasul Douglas. If Douglas is unable to get his hands on him at the line of scrimmage, he's going to have problems because he doesn't have the makeup speed to get down the field.
It is 2nd and 10 from the 25. Empty backfield. Elliott in the near side slot. Prescott takes the snap again. He steps up, has the time. He fires complete. Cobb is out across the 45. 3:50 remaining in regulation. That was a 21-yard pickup.
Yeah, and that's been lately their go-to guy, throwing the ball to Randall Cobb. He just finds a space over that second line of defense, and Dak puts it in there.
Prescott again in the gun. Elliott to his right. Back goes Prescott. He has time. He pumps. He's going deep. He wants Gallup, who drops it. It was catchable for Gallup, and he just didn't hold on. He was ahead of Jalen Mills.
Yeah. 2 plays in a row now. These Cowboys wide receivers have gotten beyond the secondary, gotten beyond the coverage, And the Eagles are very fortunate that this is not a touchdown. The ball just wasn't played well by Michael Gallup.
It wasn't. It is 2nd down and 10.
I know Jalen Mills is down flexing, but it wasn't a Jalen Mills play. This ball was just dropped.
It is 2nd down and 10 at their own 46. Empty backfield. Eagles lead by 8. Back again goes Prescott. He steps up. He looks. He guns it. Complete to Cobb, another first down inside the Eagles 40. Maddox hanging on to Cobb. 3:15, 3:14. This is agonizing. 20 yards on that play. Cowboys still need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, but they're not there yet. Ball's at the Eagles 36. In the gun again is Prescott. He drops. He sets. He looks. He fires underneath and completes it short this time to Trayvon Austin. He's down at the 32. Field goal does them no good. It is 2nd down and 7.
They're going without a huddle, but they are platooning guys in and off the field. The Cowboys are. The Eagles having trouble getting substitutions.
Gallup to the far side. Cooper to the near side. Prescott in the gun. Prescott is back once more. He's looking, fires near, and completes the pass to Cooper, who picks up the first down, but he is stopped and the clock is ticking. 2:20. 2:18. Cowboys have a 1st and 10. They're at the 25-yard line. Eagles trying to keep them out of the end zone. Cowboys trying to rally from behind. Prescott again in the gun. 1st and 10 at the 25. Prescott back. Prescott steps up, looks, fires underneath, and completes it inside the 20 to the 18. And we will go to the 2-minute warning with the score. The Eagles 17, the Cowboys 9 on the Eagles Radio Network, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day. On 94 WIP. Eagles 17, Cowboys 9. 1:54 to play in regulation. Cowboys are 19 yards away from a touchdown and then go for a 2-point conversion to tie. It is 2nd and 4. Prescott has repeatedly been throwing underneath the coverage. He has 11 interceptions on the season. He's in the gun again. He's back again. He's looking. He pumps. He starts to run and he's tackled. He's tackled at the 24 by Vinny Curry.
Vinny Curry on the spot that time. The first time they're able to get a sack on Dak Prescott, but he's not wasting any time. He wants to get his guys back to the line of scrimmage and try and press the pedal against this defense.
It is 3rd and 8. Prescott again. They have to get down to the 15 for a first down. Prescott takes his drop, looks left, looks right, fires, incomplete. One more. Eagles need one more stop.
Listen, that 2-minute warning could not have come at a better time because it gives this defense some time to get their breath, to get some rest. That was the perfect time because that was a long drive where they were starting to wear down. You could tell they were starting to wear down. The 2-minute warning was perfect. Now they've got a little spunk in their legs and able to get more pressure on Dak.
It is 4th down and 8. 4th and 8. Can the Eagles stop them here? Prescott in the gun. 3 receivers right. 1 left. Prescott back. Prescott steps up. He is firing deep, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. Broken up by Sidney Jones, who made the play of the day against the Giants 2 weeks ago.
Well, Sidney Jones just made the play of the day because he is stride for stride down the sideline and able to get the football out intended for Michael Gallup down that left side.
Now keep in mind, before you celebrate, the Cowboys have 3 timeouts remaining. 3 timeouts. So this game is not over yet.
I tell you what, though.
77 has reported as eligible. Number 77.
It could not have come at a better time. Sidney Jones, he has to come in to replace injured cornerbacks, but the Cowboys want, it's a one-on-one situation, and they want to make sure that they get the best opportunity. It's the Sidney Jones side. He breaks it up. Now, the Cowboys are hoping that they can get an interference call on the play, and I think that that's what Jason Garrett, their head coach, is trying to lobby for.
I can't imagine that they're going to there, Mike. I can't imagine. This is the AAA official review. AAA roadside is their strong side. Make AAA part of your game plan at AAA.com.
Well,
now, if
listen,
that's the
you got to
case,
understand that the Clapper has to do anything that he can to save his job. But this is perfect defense, perfect coverage by Sidney Jones. He turns, he's looking back, locating the football, he gets the football out. All of the things that you want a cornerback to do in that situation, that's what he does. It's a textbook defensive play.
And you know what? Unless this is this is turned over, and I don't see it, as they are both fighting each other, unless this is turned over, he's going to have lost a timeout. And that's very
really
big.
important.
See, I think it's a mistake. We hardly see anything this close turned over. But you know what? With some of the official calls this year, nothing would surprise me.
And Tony Correnti, this is his bunch. And you know that in the history, things haven't gone well for the Eagles when he's officiating games.
The field stands. It will be first down.
The ruling stands.
Number 77 has reported as eligible.
Well, they did it under 2 minutes. They did it on their own, so he does not lose the timeout. That's right, it's under 2 minutes. So they decided to review it on their own, which I never thought they would. I never thought they would. Anyhow, 1st and 10, ball on the 23. Under center is Wentz. Sanders, the single setback. Give us to Sanders. He pushes and he pulls up to the 25-yard line. And the Cowboys will take their first timeout with 1:10 remaining.
Dallas, their first, a 30-second timeout.
Well, he picks up 2 yards on the play, but right away, Jason Garrett is standing right there with the official. As soon as that play is blown dead, he's going to get the timeout.
Let me take this one step further. If they have another short gain and the Cowboys kill the clock, do you throw on 3rd down?
It's a good question. I don't know if I wouldn't throw on 2nd down.
Yeah.
That's how the Eagles move the football. I don't know if I don't if I don't dial up a screen right here on 2nd down.
Cowboys have two timeouts. Warden Davis to the far side. Wentz under center. Ertz a wing to the near side. Wentz rolls, looks, throws, complete. Ertz, first down. He picks it up.
Goddard.
Oh, Goddard this time. Dallas Goddard this time on the near side of the field. Goddard has it. 1:04.
So now they can force the Cowboys to use those timeouts, and so what?
Number 77 has reported as eligible. Number 77.
Dillard has a tackle eligible.
Bringing an extra big guy because you want to run the football. You know, you really wanted Goddard to stay in after that reception.
1st and 10 at the 34. Again, it goes to Sanders. And again, Sanders pushes and pulls and protects the football as he gets to the 37. Tackled by Michael Bennett.
Timeout. Dallas, their second.
Dallas uses their second timeout with 58 seconds remaining in regulation. It's not over yet.
Sanders stays up. He forces them to take the legs out from under him, and it's just burning up more seconds off of the clock.
It is 2nd down and 6. And you're right, that's what he's doing. Protecting the football. The Eagles have a 2nd and 6. One more first down will end the game.
Yep. Most important here, though, you just mentioned it, protecting the football.
Wentz lines them up, just one receiver out to the far side of the field. Wentz under center. Wentz gives it off again to Sanders. He plunges up the middle, across the 40, up to the 42. And the Cowboys use their last timeout.
Timeout. Dallas. This is their third and final timeout of regulation.
See, I like
30-second timeout.
the fact that Doug called that pass play on 2nd down. We're going back to that last series. They're expecting run. But that little rollout by Carson, he's got a wide open Dallas Goedert on the outside. The only thing they needed to do better then was Dallas just catch it and go down once he's got to first so that the clock still ticks rather than getting out of bounds.
Cowboys with 1 timeout remaining. Eagles 2 yards away from a first down.
Yep.
That would end this game, basically.
That is correct. If they're able to get 3 yards here.
2.5.
If they're able to get 3 yards here.
Yep.
The Cowboys can start up the buses.
That's exactly right. Wentz under center. Sanders behind him. Wentz calling for the football. Wentz comes back. Goes to Sanders. He's ahead. He's free. 50, 40, 30, 20. And he slides down at the 20. And this game is over. 42 seconds left. But this game is over as Miles Sanders breaks it and slides down at the 20.
Start the buses.
48-yard run.
Yep, they can start the buses. No, Miles Sanders breaks through this defensive front, and he's very smart. He doesn't need to run it and score a touchdown in this situation. He slides down. Now they're able to run the clock out. The game is over.
Somebody said
Smart
that this
decision.
game would define Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz.
Yeah, what are they going to say now?
Let me tell you something. I think these guys have been defined before. I think we've seen great growth in Carson Wentz in these last couple of weeks. Carson takes the knee, and the second stick away, and the Eagles are alive. The Eagles are 1 win over the New York Giants away from a home playoff game as they beat the Dallas Cowboys 17-9.
Oh, my goodness. You never know how the season's going to go. You know, you didn't expect this team to be in this position at 7-7, although you expected everything to come down to Week 16.
Yep.
Well, Week 16, the Eagles prevail, and now they're moving on. They have to go to New York and take care of the Giants. But, boy, what a football game played here today at the Link. And as we thought, the fans were here, and they were bringing it. They made sure that everyone knew that they were going to be a part of this.
How about Jim Schwartz's defense? They gave up 3 field goals.
Yep.
That's it. No touchdowns.
They were outstanding. Everyone wants, he needs to blitz more. No, he doesn't need to blitz more. He needs to do exactly what he's doing. Now, up front, they didn't get a lot of hits on Dak Prescott, but, boy, they were very effective.
A tremendous win by the Eagles. Let's go down to Howard.
All right, Merrill. Here, I think, with Miles Sanders as they're congratulating each other. It was all right, Miles. All right, your first big Dallas game. How did it feel coming in?
Man, I told y'all from the beginning, man, we had one job, man. We got one job, man. This is win out. We've been believing since the beginning of the season, man. And it came down to these last 4 games, and we got the job done, man. We got one more. We're going to get in the playoffs, man.
Was there a different energy at practice and coming into the game tonight?
Absolutely. Especially what happened last game when we met these guys. And then everything that's on the line, man. You can tell in practice, you can tell throughout the whole week, everybody's attitude was different. And, man, I'm just so happy we got the dub, man.
What can you say about Carson? His numbers were off the charts.
Man, I told y'all, man, that's a bad boy. It's a bad boy, man. I had his back since the beginning, man. I love that man.
You know, the last play, you're a rookie.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have to remind you that.
Yeah.
Usually you want points.
Yeah.
What are you thinking when you break free?
I'm just trying to get as much time off the clock in just church mode and slide, man. Like I said, man, I'm just so blessed. I'm so happy with these older guys, man, believing in me. I'm happy for this whole program believing in me, man. I just come in here to work every day, and I'm trying to help this team do as much as we can.
What's the message from this team winning this game that you had to win?
Man, it just shows our resilience, man. Like I said, we focused on these last 4 games. Still ain't over, but we got this big win, and we got one more next week. We got the division.
You're a monster.
Thank you.
Miles, good job.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Miles Sanders, back up to you.
You know, you meet a lot of young players in this league, a lot of rookies, a lot of high draft picks, and he's a second-round draft pick. But this is a young guy whose feet are firmly on the ground. He's not somebody who puffs out his chest and tries to say, I am the greatest. He's a down-to-earth young man who loves every opportunity to play this game at the highest level. Congratulations to Miles Sanders. He has had a wonderful, wonderful rookie year, Mike, and he has picked things up when Jordan Howard, who was pretty much their bell cow back, went down.
Yeah, and he's a worker. I just love the way he comes to work every day and doesn't take anything for granted. And, boy, that's the kind of kid you can ride for a long time.
Yep.
He had 25 touches on the day, 20 carries for 79 yards and a rushing touchdown. He also had 5 receptions for 77 yards.
That's brought to you by PNC Bank. For more than 150 years, PNC Bank has been right here at the heart of our community, investing in our students, our businesses, and our people. PNC, make today the day. Your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Find the Honda dealer near you at DelValHondaDealers.com. You know, just to show you how he thinks, here's a guy who could have taken that for a touchdown.
Sure.
And, of course, that would have locked up the game, too. That would have locked up the game at this point. But he's figuring if he slides, the clock runs. Brian Westbrook did that once upon a time, and it was against the Cowboys also.
Same team.
The sack brought to you by Steakham, contributing to Stop Hunger in Philadelphia by donating $100 for every sack throughout the season.
Yeah, that was Vinnie Curry. He finally got to Dak Prescott and got a sack on him on that last Cowboys possession.
Tackle your gas and electricity costs like 180,000 businesses in North America who trust Direct Energy Business to help them make their business better. Find out how to score big by visiting business.directenergy.com. You know, I looked in the paper this morning, and I have all the respect in the world for the media, the people who are journalists and cover this football team. But
they all picked the Cowboys.
They all picked the Cowboys.
Yep.
And I said, hopefully they are unanimously wrong. And that is the way the case turned out to be today. Your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Find the Honda dealer near you at your DelValHondaDealers.com. Any rebroadcast of this game, thank goodness we don't have to pick. We'd be wrong half the time, too. Any rebroadcast of this game is expressly prohibited without the advance written permission of the NFL 94 WIP and Entercom Communications. Our statistician, Terry Small, spotter, Billy Werndell, stadium engineers, Andy Coughlin and the Colt, stadium chief engineer, Lane Massey, director of engineering, Dave Scalish, engineering supervisor, Ben Hill, studio engineer Anthony Foley, studio producer Mike Angelina, studio assistants Moshe Kravitz, Dan Wilson, and Tucker Bagley, and our producer. Put your hand over your heart as we salute Joseph A. McPeak. What a day. Eagles defying the odds and beating the Dallas Cowboys, coming out hot and taking it to the Dallas Cowboys. And one more left. They have to beat the New York Giants. One more left. They've got to beat the Giants, who suddenly perked up today and beat the Redskins.
You know, it's never easy, I think, when going up the Turnpike and trying to make it happen up there. But this team right now, I think they're playing at a confident level that's going to be hard for the Giants to overcome.
This is a crushing defeat for the Cowboys. It really is. And this may be, and we're not making any decisions, certainly, but there's a good chance that this is the last time that Jason Garrett will come into the stadium as the Cowboys head coach.
Well, and they finally were able to beat this team with Ezekiel Elliott on the field and with Zeke playing well, but he had nowhere to go because his defense, they were swarming to Ezekiel Elliott.
I think the play of the game was the slashing touchdown by Miles Sanders to give the Eagles at one point that 17-6 lead. That could be the play of the game, brought to you by Delaware Valley Acura dealers. To experience precision-crafted performance for yourself, stop by your local Delaware Valley Acura dealers for a test drive or visit DelawareValleyAcuraDealers.com. Tremendous game by the Eagles today. Everybody on that roster, everybody on that coaching staff deserves congratulations. That will wrap us up for tonight, but there is a season left. Next week, the Eagles visit the New York Giants. Mike and I will be at the Meadowlands to send you all the action. Again, like to wish all of our fans, all of the Eagles fans, a very happy Hanukkah, a very Merry Christmas. Regardless of your holiday, we wish you the very, very best.
Happy holidays.
Coming up, I think this might just enhance those holidays. Coming up, it's the post-game show with Rob Cherry, Jamal Jackson, and Dan Clucker. Once again, the final score, let's say it, Let's savor it. The Eagles, 17. The Dallas Cowboys, 9. For Mike Quick, this is Merrill Reese, happily saying so long from Lincoln Financial Field on the PNC Eagles Football Network.